all that. Because mom is not like her at all. That's right. He's been raising them kids. But let me to the point you are so angry at him, and you have the right to be, but you also have to identify the ways in which you could have changed your behavior so it doesn't happen again. You've got another baby, right? It's all a baby, right? And then you have to learn it, right? Nobody can all that. Nobody can do that. Don't you all see it? It's a
Nobody takes down Angelsnupnup7 easy. There's a reason why, after 100 channels destroyed, Angelsnupnup7 is still here. There's a reason why nobody want to get in a beef with Angelsnupnup7. But you don't take me seriously. And now your ass is barbecued. aren't you helping me get this message across? Since I'm a prophet, since I'm divine. Some people excuse the language. Some people just like talking out their ass. That's what they like to do.
Can you see his son in my chambers? I will give you all the cause of dirt. It's a shame thing. That's such a beautiful picture. This is such a beautiful picture. And I hope you all get this. It won't always be easy. It means all over. Maybe without it. Or maybe it comes with a little bit of shock, right? Man, you ain't hella handsome. Would you kill?
Donate the F-Con. I got the answer. I can handle the hard question. See, they say that Angelsnupnup7 don't care about the people. But Angelsnupnup7 cares about the people because I'm bold enough to tell you the truth. And I don't give a damn if you give me a dime. I'm not looking for your money.
She just need to know, is he the father? So you can definitely do the right thing at home.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency. Tragedy. Wrote a song about it, like the hit. Here it go. Free your mind.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody move with me. Like the king, you make it plain and simple. When you're not legit, fire and reality simple. My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody move with me. Like the king, you make it plain and simple. When you're not legit, fire and reality simple. What did you?
Yes. I want that. Ooh, I need that. Got to have that. It's
Just keep it going.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fears? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore?
Just keep it going.
How did the earth? Who gives a damn? We are here. Learn how to live. Learn how to love other human beings. Learn how to have appreciation and respect for the earth, animal life, and the grass and the tree.
in a state of emergency. Tragedy. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it goes. Free your mind.
Keep it real.
What do
Because I keeps it real like that. I keep it real.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Because I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
The Mississippi campaign represents everything that you claim that you want. The beginning of an all-black independent nation. The ability to control your own resources. Your politics. The law. Being able to do your own thing for a change. Create an economy. Create and produce goods that Africa or anybody on the planet would want. You expect you don't want to do nothing. 3 hours talking about the Mississippi campaign. Now this is the 1970s. And they was talking about, these young boys was talking about, man, I'm gonna take my hoe, take my bitch to the movies later on. We gonna go out to the Dairy Queen later on. Take my hoe, take my bitch. I didn't like, he was part of that conversation. Now I did not like that. But when he was making reference to this young lady as a whole bitch, because I know that's not what she was about. But you know, you want to show off in front of your other friends and the other boys. They call it their girlfriends, hoes and bitches. They did not talk about, this is my future wife, I love her, this is my hoe, this is my bitch. And I did not like that. Now here are some young teenage boys, including myself. 1970, we calling our sisters hoes and bitches. I did not do that. I've never been there. Never. Where do you think they're getting this from? Some of them got this from watching those black exploitation. I never watched those. I just recently saw some of those type of films. They watch some of these black exploitation these pimp movies. So that's where they got hoes and bitches from. But also grown ass men. Because I know grown ass men came to me calling sisters hoes and bitches. And they wanted me to do that. And I would not get involved in that type of crap. I've always had respect, because that's who raised me. My mother, I view women as very strong. I saw them as stronger than the men around me. Let's subscribe to your channel. You have to put it on your channel.
Yeah. But I've been thinking about like talking about real life subjects so much, Hannah.
Okay. All right.
So
you know,
start thinking of some ideas.
Well, we can come up. I can come up with some junior reality temple we can talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in love, you say that you wanna be mine and you're gonna feel love never felt before. This is the beginning of love with no ending. Love time cannot erase. And I've waited all night for love to find the place. 'Cause I make that soul sacrifice. Our love will sustain. Girl, you got me stoned in love. Stoned in love with you. Oh, you got me so stoned. So in love. Girl, you got me stoned in love. Stoned in love with you. Oh, you got me so stoned. So in love.
This video is for the reality temple on Earth.
Shout out to the reality temple on Earth on IG.
We love watching it.
Yeah, we really do.
We send love, peace, and soul. Good evening, soul brothers and sisters. This is ThX, the Black Sheep, and I am propositioning you to entertain just a little while of being in reality. And this is gonna hurt soul sisters and brothers because a lot of us cannot accept reality. I empower you to, for 1 year, to subscribe to the reality temple on Earth. And at the end of 12 months, draw your conclusion of what have you learned in that amount of time. I empower you. You will never, ever, ever think, feel, or entertain nonsense ever again, period. I would like to see my soul sisters and brothers awaken. This requires time. You need to spend about a year watching, researching, and looking. Reality temple on Earth is life-changing, and I stand on that.
Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started. Ride, let's get this party started.
started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Right. Let's get this party started. Right. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Right. Let's get this party started. Right. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Right. Let's get this party started. Right. Let's get this party started quickly.
How much are the Calypso? The Calypso? Is this us?
Peace forever and always. And welcome to another edition of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. And we are going to have a spontaneous special broadcast today, general discussion. And right now, as you can see, we have special guest brothers here. I will introduce or allow them to introduce themselves to us in just a minute here. We are now live. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to Instagram. Shout out, of course, to YouTube. The Deacons of Reality in the chat room. Jay, brother number 47. Sister Ann, Mello, all of those who support this platform. Thank you so much for your dedication and your support. Before we get into our broadcast, I just want to make a quick comment before we get this party started, which should be interesting. I know we see the title, Watch Angelsnupnup7, Humiliated and Embarrassed. That's the discussion. That's the topic that we chosen. But hopefully I don't suffer that much embarrassment. I can't be that bad. I want to say this before we get into the general discussion and my inevitable embarrassment, I want to talk about this situation, or add to my commentary with this situation with this lady here. Brittany Griner. I just want to make this comment very, very quickly. Now, there are those who may view 9 years in a Russian prison system, legal system, very harsh. And I watch so many of the reactions of people on the news. Her teammates are crying and boo-hoo-hoo and la-di-da-da. And they want to paint Russia or Russia's legal system so harsh to Americans. Well, let us remind, I don't understand, how can we be Black people, how can we be soul brothers and sisters, and we think that way, when in this country, our people were lynched, raped, torn and feathered for way less than some cannabis and a tube in this country, let alone till 9 years. Some of our people, during what we call the Black Codes, they were put into these prison camps, legal prison camps, especially in the South, on these railroads for a lifetime because they broke some type of, what they call it, something as small as, you know, when you go to a town, what they call it, vagabond law, something to that effect. And I can even use myself. I was incarcerated for 10 years because I might do something. Brittany Griner was tried in Russia. She got a trial. I did not get a trial in America. Brittany Griner pled guilty to the charges. I did not plead guilty to a damn thing. I was not convicted of nothing. But I suffered 10 years of incarceration because of what I might do. Denied a trial. I did not plead guilty. So don't tell me, don't tell us this sad story about Brittany Griner and Russia doing her so bad. There are brothers and sisters who are serving life in California because of the 3 strikes law. Their 3rd strike was they stole a piece of bologna. Oh, 3 strikes, you out. So don't tell us and bring us this sad story and try to make like the Russians are so terrible when you live in a nation that is just as unjust, in fact, probably might be worse than Russia or many of these other places. The reality is, no matter where you go in the earth, you have corrupt human beings. And we know in America, the criminal system is connected to profit. It's not about punishment. It's about, let's put these people in here to make money off of them. They even do it to juveniles, sending many of these juveniles, they should do a little time and get out. There was a case in Philadelphia where this judge was purposely sending these young people to these juvenile facilities because these juvenile facilities get a lot of government money. Like for me, the facility where I was at, that facility gets $600 a day for me being there. And it's free money because they're not doing a damn thing for me. There's no rehabilitation treatment. There's nothing special they're doing for me. It's all about money. Don't bring up that garbage, that stuff. Like Russia's doing something terrible. Russia and their laws is no different than any other country. And above all, the United States is in no position to judge nobody's legal system or human rights or none of that stuff. We know this. And I also want to add too, some of y'all know that I've been having problems with this Karen, this pig downstairs neighbor. And she called the police on me this morning. And the police came to the door. I didn't answer the door. He's making too much noise. I didn't answer the door, but I'm looking out the peephole. And he's knocking on the door. I know for a fact he's not hearing no noise. This goes to show you, you can even live in your house and trouble will come to you in your house. I'm not bothering nobody here. I'm not bothering her. When you live in an apartment building, people are alive. People listen to their little music. The dog in the house is barking. All kinds of stuff is going on. The only time you should get or have a problem living in an apartment building is when it's excessive. And I guess that's what the cop is expecting when he gets here. I'm playing all this loud music and people smoking marijuana and all that kind of stuff. He gets here and like, I'm looking at his facial expression like, damn, what, waste of time. But I did Friday, I filed a lawsuit against her for harassment. You need to come to court, fat pig, and you need to show a judge that I'm bothering you with loud noise. Because what you have done, you are harassing me. Bothering the landlord, bothering the police for no reason. I'm not doing anything. I do not have excessive noise here. What I did do just to piss her off, I turned it up a little bit. Show you the police can't do a damn thing. Police can't even do nothing about it anyway. The only thing police can do or have the authority to do if the noise is excessive, meaning not only is it bothering them, but other people, which that's not the case. It's quiet as hell here. But I just wanted to give y'all an update on the pig. Get that off my chest. Thought some of you might want to know about that. In the meantime, we're here. It's Saturday, and this is the Reality Tip on Earth Internet Ministry, and we have two brothers here. The topic that we have chosen is watch Angelsnupnup7 humiliated and embarrassed. I do expect some other brothers too. I don't know if they're going to show up or not, but we'll see later on, according to how long this broadcast goes. But we are familiar with our brother Khalil. We're gonna begin the program by the introduction of our brother here in the middle. Brother, how you doing?
I'm actually blessed. I'm waiting for my son's mom to come back so we can get out of this noisy area. Like his town. Yeah, my name's Copeland. Nobody's special. I troll people on Facebook, and I drive trucks on the side. And I'm just happy to be here.
Yes, sir. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you in person, rather than just a Facebook image. It's great. And of course, we got a return guest, our brother Khalil, wise Savior, Allah.
Yeah, peace and blessings, family. I'm just gonna elaborate on the Brittany Garland situation. I'm gonna.
My bad. Go ahead. I'll come back to you with that.
I'm just gonna elaborate on this like I was explaining on Facebook. Me myself being a former convicted felon, a former drug smuggler or carrier, right? When you dealing within the law, yes, she made a mistake. However, when she put it in her briefcase, that was considering trafficking into the country. It's just like it can be an instance I could say, yeah, brother Suffnut, a hole is bad for me. This bag can have cocaine or marijuana in it. You put it in your truck, you drive, and you go to Missouri or Mississippi, anywhere, the feds catch you. Yes, you didn't know it was in that bag. However, you are responsible. Yeah. This is the law. This is why you check if you want to know and you go about doing certain things. See, the problem with all this with Brittany Garland, this situation, where's the LGBT people with all these rights? Why is they not an uproar? Because they're doing it. Because you know why? Russia was the first country to even pass the don't go by gender law, and where transsexuals can be accepted over there. They were doing a lot of surgeries over there. She broke the law and she messed up. That's just simple as that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not making no excuse. It's not black and white. She messed up and she did make a mistake. However, just check your luggage. If you want to smoke weed, hey, throw that in the garbage. You get to Russia. You a professional. Hey, go send the people, go get your drink, get your weed, and do what you want to do. It's about using common sense. Mm-hmm. You can't play the victim role. She just played in the game that which these people don't play by. That's their law. That's their mandatory thing that she smuggled. It ain't like she got caught with just a possession. She got caught going from America to Russia with the marijuana vape pens. So no telling how many she had. It had to be enough for them to charge her. Mm-hmm. She had to have multiple amounts to make it feel like she was smuggling in the country. This how the law get. We have to use common sense. These people want to make excuse. Oh yeah, really, all what it is. A lot of people that go to jail in America, which I done served time. A lot of people say, "Okay, peace, God." A lot of people say, yeah, this wrong what she doing there, but we got to use common sense. She didn't have one. She probably had 50 to 100 vape pens because she got money. You don't know what she had in her luggage. Mm-hmm. That's why they noticed it and said, yeah, this is what she's doing. This is TSA, ain't no fool. That's just like if we take personal pills for ourselves. They're going to say, when you get on the plane, oh, Angelsnupnup7, the brother Kate, but anyway, they're going to say, well, you using this? Well, we got a prescription. I got a heart problem. I got diabetes, whatever I got. These are my pills I take. This is my medicine. And okay, that's understandable, but you can't have that much. She had multiple amounts to make TSA notify her. This is common sense. She was doing something trying to be smart, but wasn't clever and got fucked up in the game. That's just how it goes. And that's not a life sentence. She's 31, so 9 years, she'll be 40, she get out. Her life ain't really over with, whatever. It's just a learning experience.
Yes.
You know, but far as that people talking about humiliating you and what they're doing, like I've been noticing on Facebook, these people, the visions of the religious people and the cult mind people, they always want to make mockery of people from telling the truth because they infuse with indoctrination. Indoctrination is worse than, and see, this will make America even the worst country. They talking about civil unrest and what they doing to people. You give people religion in America worldwide, a religion period is a drug.
Yes, it is.
When diagnosed to people in the wrong way, because people take it and they become addicted and addicts and spend their money to give to the cause that they see no results out of it. You giving somebody 50 to 5,000 or whatever you giving a month, you giving to a person for 20, 30, 40 years, and you ask yourself, what do you gain and what they gain? You look back at yourself and say, you ain't gained nothing. You was giving nothing to a dealer, a drug dealer. The same shit. No different. Because you was patronizing these people and trusting in them. These people who want to so-called come on here and admit that you are religious fanatics, they can't humiliate nobody but themselves. The psychiatric ward is waiting for them, but they think that it's not. They think that it's not, but they not even saying, like somebody sitting up there and told me, a grown man, 40 plus. Well, I look like working hard. I got a family. I'm taking care of my family, grandchildren, whatever you may have. Why do I want to see another man live better than me and I'm impoverished? Make it make sense.
I know.
I'm giving my hard-earned money. I'm giving everything for years and years. When they come back, I can't get nothing in return. And if I ask, I'm the villain. I'm the hypocrite. I'm the villain. I'm a hypocrite because I'm asking, where has the money went? I got like I told you, I had personal conversations with the family of the late Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X, his children. They expressed to me their pain. They cried and said that the Nation of Islam murdered their father because they brag about it and used to walk around with pictures and saying the hypocrite was dead. And this is why Ozzie Davis and different people had to get up money to move Betty and the children. Because people was going to their schools and mocking them that they killed their father. That he was a hypocrite and he deserved that. The U.S. government, even though they down the move, but I'm going to give them to this credit, they had nothing. Nothing is no proof to say they had nothing to do with it. It was total religious zealots.
Yes.
That did it and that murdered Malcolm. The family is not pleased. Betty Shabazz said that Elijah Muhammad is later on Farrakhan. Elijah Muhammad made sexual advances towards her and wanted to make her his woman. After Malcolm was dead. So that's the only way that he would take care of her unless she lay up and have sex with him. See, but people don't talk about these stories and talk about the things that would happen. Everybody's a liar. I'm a liar. Fred Hawthorne is a liar. Omar Shabazz is a liar. Malcolm's a liar. How come the facts is what it is, and that it all showed that he lied and that he was manipulating, that he was having, out of the 9 secretaries, 6 of them was teenage girls that he was having sex with. Now, granted, people gonna say, yeah, he was born in the late 1800s. 15 and 16 years old was legal in that time. Yes, we're going to say that's true because they weren't looking at black people. However, he had enough knowledge to know that certain women wasn't even raised to that maturity level to even come into that level. He was 67 and pumping them young girls and getting babies. That was no divine. It had nothing to do with the law. It had shit to do with nothing but a man just acting out of his lust and had the money to do it.
Yes, sir. Brother Khalil, can we come back? Yeah. We're gonna come back to that. This brother, I want to introduce this brother here because he's the reason why. One of the reasons why it was another brother. He hasn't shown up yet. It's another brother, but he's one of the reasons why I decided, because I had no intent to go live today. Yeah, but the brother wanted to talk with us. And bring something to the floor. So, what is it, Brother K?
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you talking about somebody else?
Yeah. The mic is yours, brother. You know, tell us. Yeah, it's on you.
All right, no problem. So first, I didn't know that we were going to just go into addressing things because I kind of want to talk about the Brittany Griner situation as well, because I hear all the sides about the Brittany Griner situation. First, we got to talk about what's really happening. Now, we know that anybody that goes to Russia and breaks the law is going to get fucked, whether you're a celebrity or not. But what ended up happening is because in America, they tried to propaganda everything. So they would have that little Ukraine shit going on, and they tried to turn that into a thing to get people to rally against Russia. But we're going to talk about facts. Facts is facts. And what you guys said is 100% true. She broke the law. She broke the law in Russia. And Russia it's not like Russia's doing worse to her, than they do to anybody else. She's getting the regular treatment that Russia would give. any fucking body. It just so happens that she's a celebrity. And in America, we tend to look at celebrities in a different way and try to give celebrities different treatment. But that's not only on that side though, because we tend to do the same thing. We tend to look at our celebrities and from the bottom, not those. We tend to want to hold them to a different standard than regular people, not realizing that they're just regular people. I wasn't one of those people that's like free Brittany Griner or whatever. Yeah, I know that she made a mistake, but I also know that none of the prison laws anywhere are fair. And so for us as Black people to take the stance that because America's laws are not fair, then fuck it, what happens in Russia? That's exactly what they want us to do. Now, I'm not saying that anybody should, one, lose any sleep or lose any work over it. But what we shouldn't be doing is we shouldn't be taking the stance that she got what she deserved. She got what was legally appropriated for her to get, yes. But as Black people, that's our sister over there. And nowhere in this fucking world do we get treated fairly. So we shouldn't act like there's anywhere where she would have gotten treated fairly. Yes, she made a mistake. We all make mistakes. But what seems to happen is when we make a mistake, they come down on us they throw the whole book at us. And then what we tend to do is we tend to justify them throwing the book at us because it's not us getting the book thrown at. And that's my only issue with the situation, is the energy that we are over here giving to Brittany Griner. Fuck Russia, fuck the Ukraine, fuck America. Also, since I don't know how much time I got, fuck all the religions, all of y'all religions. I actually don't even like organizations. If you want to know who I'm most like, when I'm talking about my leaders, I'm talking about James Baldwin. I don't fuck with anybody. I don't fuck with the conscious community. I don't fuck with the RBG community. I don't fuck with the Muslims. I don't fuck with the Christians. I don't fuck with any of that. But guess what? In every single one of those denominations that I've spoken of, I've found great individuals. Systems in this world take on a life of their own. And then what ends up happening is we start to follow the system and we start trying to become like the system. When you made the post that you made about Black men wanting credit for things that they're not doing, the reason I had an issue with that is because I know for a fact that there are Black men that are doing that. What you're speaking is not false. It's not that it's not the truth. It's just that it has a connotation to it that makes it seem like all of us Black men are doing that. And I can call out specific Black men in specific places who I know that are not just working for themselves, but working for their people. And me and you started this. We were coming here in a spirit of debate. But I know for a fact that you yourself want what's better for our people. But guess what I also see? That we're not allowed to talk about what really happens to us. You, my friend, were hurt. You are the type of brother that's gonna go in and give your all, right? So when you first awoken from, because we're all default Christians, when you first awoken, the stages of waking up, you're looking at, you're like, fuck, these guys were lying to me. But you feel like you have a little bit of power, so now you're gonna go do something. And what ends up happening is we end up in this life of anger. And we tend to use that and wield that with everybody. But that's only one stage. Eventually, we have to realize that the way that they do things and the way that they inspire us to do things, they want us all to be like John Wayne. But they'll kill us for that. But that's who they love. John Wayne, people that are gonna put their head down and shoot anybody that's around there. And I see us trying to emulate that. We sit here and we will talk shit about Martin Luther King because his message was one about love. But the truth of the matter is we don't understand love. As Black people in America, we don't. We think that love is some light and easy, fluffy Valentine's Day and birthday cards thing. That's not what love is. That's love the noun. That's bullshit. I'm currently reading Bell Hook's book, All About Love. And the way that she talks about love is a verb. And you, my friend, you love. As much as you be out here yelling and screaming at niggas, and that's the only thing I don't like. That's literally the only thing I don't like. I swear to God. Everything that you're saying, there's facts behind it. I just don't appreciate the way how you, who is in the position and has the potential to be a leader, you cannot lead our people if you don't love them. And love is not a thing or a noun, it's a verb. It goes in the way that you deal with them and interact with them. I know that you're putting in work. I know that you've done things, you've created things, even if it's as much as creating this live and creating this thing and creating your, I don't want to miscall it, so you say it. You have a whole organization that you created, and the mission of this organization is to empower Black people. You have the love of the Black man. My only issue is the application of it and the how that we do it. Because yes, there are some of us out here that are ignorant and we don't know what's going on, but let's not act like that's not a plan. You're a warrior. I'm not a warrior. I'm a gardener. I'm a teacher. I'm a lover. You're a warrior. In order for you to war properly, though, I've studied warriors so that I know your place. As a gardener, I'm never going to look at the warriors and be like, get out of here, because we need you. Who the fuck else is going to protect my gardens and my kids? But we have to study the art of war for real, because that's not their book. That's our book. So they just translated it. So when you're studying strategy, we have to know their strategy. And they only have one strategy, no matter how many ways they express it. Their strategy is division. And what that does is it puts a brother like you with power and passion and drive and ambition on the opposite side of a brother like me with the same thing. It put Frederick Douglass and W.B. Du Bois on opposite ends. Which one do we need more? Do we need to grow shit, or do we need to actually deal with the policies and whatnot that are protecting what it is that we're growing? We fucking need both. And at the end of the day, that's really the only reason I'm here. I don't have a problem with any of your facts. My son's about to come and tell me that my time is up. Hold on a second. Okay, no, it's just water break. Got some more time. But at the end of the day, there isn't a one way to do this, and they have tricked us into thinking that. Every single religious text, what I tend to do in religious text is I find the commonalities in them. Come here. Come here. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
All right, say bye.
Bye.
All of the religious texts center, if you really look at take away the parts of the religious text that are meant to control and guide people's behaviors. They're all centered around one thing, and it's around love. It's around empowering yourself to love 100%. And we haven't been afforded that. We've been given this indoctrination that we talk about. It goes way deeper than we think. It's not just about us wanting to buy sneakers and jewels and all of that other stuff. It goes down to the point where we can't even admit that we're hurt. Like, bro, I listened to you, what you told me about what happened to you in the conscious community. I didn't spend as much time. Same shit happened to me. Not as badly, but I was hurt. I was hurt. And it's only now, after one of my friends actually being an actual therapist, so we worked together a lot, it's that I realized that as a man growing up, I was only allowed two emotions. I was allowed happiness and I was allowed anger. And so whenever I wasn't happy, I expressed anger, but it wasn't always anger. And that's the thing that I think that we need to bring to the table. We need to bring to the table to let people know that Black people care. Because I don't give a fuck what you're talking about, and the other brother Khalil. I don't care what you're talking about. I know that y'all fucking care. And all I'm asking for is to throw that in your narrative. That's it. I actually don't really have a problem with the facts. The facts are the facts. But we have to really understand why they're the facts. Why did they happen? Black people aren't out here buying sneakers and buying jewels just because they think that shit is cool. We've been oppressed and put in situations for so long that any semblance of me being good, people will hold on to. And they use that against us. Think about the fucking work week. They want you to work Monday through Friday, then they give you Saturday and Sunday so you can go and chill with your acquaintances, because those won't be your friends, so that you can recharge and get ready to go back to slavery on Monday. And everybody thinks that that's okay. And so now we cannot sit here and be mad at those of us who think that that's okay to do that, because why are they doing that? Why do these people go to work every day and then go out on the weekends and recharge? They have families. The average Black man is not the one that you were talking about. You were talking about a section of Black men that exists, 150%. Because I've seen them and I make sure to purge them from my circle all the time. But it's the same thing that everybody else does when they're talking about Black men. They take a section of us. You came from prison. They will take all of the prisoners and put them under the same belt as the prisoner that suffers from recidivism, that comes out and doesn't do anything. But what about the people that come out of prison and do their thing? They fucking get a job where they're shoveling shit because that's all they can get. And then they shovel shit for mad long. Now they have enough money to create a business. And now they're creating a manure company. We don't talk about those people and that's who we need to start talking about. We need to start embracing our stories of triumph, because very, very often the people that we have that are here, you included, you have a story of triumph, bro. fuck what they did to you. Those people, they weren't on the level that we needed them to be. And what mentorship is nothing more than friendship between a person who has experience and one who's looking for the experience but has ambition. Oftentimes, people see those kids with ambition coming. The same way how some fuck boys will see the women who are looking for love. They'll see them coming, and then they'll take advantage of that. It sounds like you were taken advantage of. I was almost taken advantage of, but I don't play that shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's a beautiful baby walking towards me. I apologize for the distraction. She's black too. But I didn't get caught up in that. So I was able to more live on the James Baldwin front, where I'm just observing what's going on. And I don't have an emotional. So let me break down a little bit more. I'm going to give you the real reason why I'm here real quick, because I can see that this conversation has changed. So I have a podcast that I'm starting with a very good friend of mine, and it's called The Smoker and the Scholar, Debates, Discussions, and Dialogue in Topics in the Black Community. And what it is that we've learned is that there's an emotional stance that we take in communication where some of our conversations are stuck in debate. When you're in debate, your emotional tie is to your stance. When we're in discussion, the emotional tie is to the truth. And I can see in your face, you're no longer, whatever stance you had when we were going to do this, you've let that go. And now we're standing, I can see it. We're now in the discussion phase where we're talking about the truth. And the reason why we do that is because in the dialogue phase is where your emotional stance is to moving righteously. And I can see, and I want you to understand this, I know that you want to move righteously. Some of us make mistakes. I used to be an angry black man too. And the reason why I was an angry black man is because I could never explain or express how the community has hurt me. So the community can't even learn from our hurts and how to deal with those of us that want to protect them better. Black men say that they're not being loved and nurtured enough. Black women are saying that they're not being protected enough. And we go and we fight over that. But the truth is that they're both telling the truth. There's an energy. It's like the infinity symbol. We protect them so that they can love and nurture us, so that we can protect them, so that they can love and nurture us. And where we are right now, anybody that watched Infinity War, we're like Thor when he went to go see the dwarf. We've got to restart the star. But somebody has to be brave enough to take the step first. And so, honestly, that's really the only reason why I'm here, bro, is because I can tell you're a fucking ball of love. It's just that you were hurt, and there's been no platform for you to express the hurt. So now moving forward, you're taking that with you. But what you're really taking forward is you're trying to protect yourself the same way that you're trying to protect others. But it comes off, and this is just me being honest, it comes off as an angry black man. You're not an angry black man. You're an intelligent black man. You have just chosen that way of delivery as your strategy. Because what needs to happen with sleeping giants is they need to be woken up. So inherently, like at the base of it, your strategy is correct. But we are better than just base strategy. There's an emotional thing to it as well. What you're giving people is the what's in the house. You're not telling them the why. And that's how true leaders lead. Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were both people that were able to move people because of their whys. They had what's. Martin Luther King was able to get the same amount of people at the Capitol as, or wherever the talk was that we did at the Million Man March with internet. There was no internet. Malcolm X was able to take trips to Mecca and impact all those people there and bring it back. There was no internet. No, he's not an angry black man. He comes off as an angry black man. He is a loving black man who was hurt by the things that were done to our people. That affects their behavior. So now they behave a certain way when they see visionaries. Nobody likes a visionary. The average person doesn't like a visionary because you're here to fuck up their routine. So we get hurt by that. I know that because now I can reflect on myself. That shit fucking hurts. We're here to save y'all niggas, and y'all like, nah? Like, you want to stay here? It hurts. It's not a thing that we're mad at. We came here to save you. That why was love. If you didn't, you could have left. There's plenty of countries that you could have taken a little bit of money from here in America and go live a very nice life. If you didn't care, you could have left. And you would have left. But you didn't. You stayed, and you're here to fight. But my only worry is that your weapon is being turned on the wrong people. Yes, we have to treat traitors a certain way, but everybody's not a traitor. some of these people are just as much of a victim as we were when we were being bamboozled by people who knew that we were seeking righteousness and knowledge. And so my only call to you is to just give them a little bit of grace. They want to do what you want to do. I do. I'm here in fucking Kidstown. Look at this shit. This is where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, the fathers that are out there, they're not here to battle you. And they're not going to hear what you have to say because they're not looking for credit. The people that are looking for credit are doing it because of status or whatever, and that's not the average black man. The average black man is really struggling trying to find his way and take care of his family. And for people like yourself, my only call is to help them with that. You have mad fucking knowledge. There's a brother that I love to death. We've only had literally maybe one or two conversations. And this is the type of brother that I would recognize as a Hotep nigga. And his name, formerly known as Booker T, is Kaba Kamene. This brother is filled with so much knowledge, but every time I talk to him, anytime I hear him, he's delivering the message and the knowledge with love. You can do the same thing. You have just as much knowledge. You have the capacity to learn everything out there that needs to be learned. But we're not going to move forward. Black men can't move forward without black women. And black women can't move forward without black men. And the only way we're going to move together is if we heal the schism. And the only thing that's going to heal that is love. A gun's not going to do that. Money's not going to do that. A bank account, trips to Cabo, none of that shit. BBLs, none of that shit is going to do it. The only thing that's going to do it is the expression of love. So no, this is not an angry black man. His fucking name is Angel. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, how you over here yelling at people and you got angels in your name? Angels and up and up, bro. Like, you talking about divine shit. Because some of the angels do come to protect and wield the swords. I'm just saying have a little bit of discernment with it because you love your people. Let them fucking know that, bro. You don't have to yell at them. There are people that, and the truth of the matter is that the people that are really here for you will see you through all of that shit. I've been laughing at you all week. All week. Ask my friends. One of them's on here somewhere. I see her. She was on here. Because I knew that I wasn't coming on here to debate nothing. Bro, I don't have no fucking God. Yeah, my name is Hotep on Facebook. But it's because when the shit popped off and everybody started calling people Hotep niggas, like, you know, I'm a little bit of a gangster too. I'm not changing my name. Like, whatever. I'm not running from shit. Talk to me. Like, let's really talk about it. Because what we did with Hotep, they did with the Grammatian. Hitler turned the Grammatian, which was a sign of peace and blessings and love, into the swastika. And so now when people see that, how you doing, little guy? Little kid. Now people look at that, that's what they reference. I was literally talking to one of my homegirls about it, and it bothers me that a term that means peace and blessings be unto you has now been co-opted and put onto our fuckboys in our community. And our fuckboys are not the majority. Because truth be told, like everybody, the fuckboys are out there and they're like hitting multiple people. So like one fuckboy is responsible for like 18 different anecdotes about how fucked up fuckboys are. The thing about good men is that there's not that many. We're not spreading it, like we're not out here doing that. So the people that run into and interact with good men, like there's somebody on here that just asked, you can hear me now?
Yes.
So there was a person that was like, are you an angry black man? That's the person that you interacted with personally that knows that you're not angry. That person knows the same thing that I was able to see in 1 or 2, 3 conversations, is that you're really just defending your stance. And people aren't respecting your stance because truth is that most people are trying to survive. Bro. They're not on your level. That's why you're a leader. But you have to have grace for where these people are, or else you can't lead them. They're not going to move like you. They can't move like you. But that's not the point. The point is not for them to move like you. The point is for them to move righteously. Whatever that is to them, and believe that that righteousness is going to lead us to where it is that we have to go. Because it will. Like, look at us, bro. We were supposed to be fighting. I'm going to go get another napkin because I'm out of this shit. But we were supposed to be here fighting. And you got your back up. Like, it was about to be 2-on-1. I was about to fuck both of y'all up. You know what I mean? But look at us. We here loving and shit, right? Come on, you can chime in, Khalil. I heard you.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about.
Yeah. I agree with totally what he's saying. Like me, The problem that I have with the so-called black conscious community is just admit your faults and your shortcomings.
Yeah.
And admit that you don't know everything and you don't have the proper answers. Don't give people a fairy tale philosophy like you got it all together. This is why I attack them. It's not the problem that I don't love them, but stop acting like you perfect. You can condemn. We all got our shit that's with us.
Exactly.
Come on, if you're trying to help people, you got to be real. Don't try to act like I'm so righteous and the behavior you do is wrong, but when I do something, I'm the leader. It's righteous. This is why I do it. No, you do this. You trying to do some trifling shit, and you're lying.
So what
Every
I would say,
man falls.
what I would offer you, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And so what I would say to you is to stop attacking them and to start
Yeah.
talking to the people. Like,
Yeah.
don't give them the platform. There's no need to attack them because I didn't come here to attack this guy. I came here to have a conversation with a person that I know as a leader, and maybe I have something to offer to him, to help him lead. I know he cares. Look at this nigga right now. He got his hand on his chin. He all thinking his chin. Like, all of that angry shit is a front for us because that's what people expect from us. So that's what we do. You don't have to attack them, bro. You can talk to them and have conversations because they don't know everything. They just know that they've been lied to. So now everything that they find and that they see, they're going to accept as the truth. But that's only a stage. We got to give them grace to where they can get to the stage where they're looking at everything and they're like, oh, wow, all of these things are pretty much the same, which means that somewhere inherently humans are good. Somewhere, all of these texts, every single religious text you can find, it talks about love and like not knowledge, but wisdom, love and wisdom. In almost everyone, love and wisdom are like top 5 qualities to have. Solomon got mad women and land and whatnot simply for going to God and being like, yo, just tell me how this shit works, bro. Like love and wisdom, even in the Egyptian cosmology. Shrihuti, I don't remember who the goddess of love is, but that's his wife. Wisdom and love, if you don't have love in your wisdom, then you're just going to use it as a weapon. And that's what that's why you attack the conscious community, because they're trying to weaponize their intelligence. They're trying to weaponize their knowledge. They're trying to use it. So I read this book, The God Genes Decoded, and there's a story in there, the Agdu out of Anu, and it talks about the primordial forces. So it breaks it down in correlation to the periodic table. So when we think about it, hydrogen is an element that's able to be itself and operate on itself. It's the only one. But it's not until, and that's a very masculine thing, that's how we operate. But it's not until hydrogen finds the feminine spirit of cooperation that it becomes helium. And then that spirit of cooperation allows for oxygen and carbon to come in, and now we can create the rest of the elements on the periodic table with one element, cooperation. You guys are a cell right now. And I'm just trying to bring y'all in. I'm trying to bring everybody in. You know, I'm like James Baldwin and how he feels about joining organizations, because every organization excludes people. So what really needs to happen is like Wakanda. Wakanda's not, people think Wakanda's just one tribe. It's not. It's a bunch of different tribes that came together and was like, we're going to use this rock together. There's a bunch of different tribes if you look, and a bunch of leaders of the tribes. It just so happens that T'Challa's the king. And that's the way that we're supposed to be doing this. The RBG is supposed to be working with the Egyptians and the Christians. Because if you really look in the Bible don't depict Jesus the way that the Jesus is depicted that we look at. So maybe there's even more there for us to connect in as far as being divisive in. Because when I look at the stories of Jesus, Jesus is nothing but love, bro. Jesus is out there healing in love, but he's also my dear angel. He's flipping tables in love too. Jesus flipped tables. You like what I told y'all. So, and me, I'm a little bit of a spaz too. I have had an instance where I slapped a whole table full of trophies off, but I told them and I warned them and they ignored me. So I had to slap the trophies off. But the truth of the matter is that that's not me though. You know, it was just an incident and a situation. So, like, that's really why I came here today. You know what I mean? Like, I knew all along, even while y'all were talking about the Brittany Griner situation, I knew exactly what it was that I came here to do. I'm not here to debate y'all. Y'all aren't wrong. Because right and wrong is ridiculous. It's not a matter of that. It's just, how can we more effectively bring our people together? Because what are we really here to do? We're here to heal and move forward. We're not here to fight each other. Like that whole exposing and getting rid of, like, that's some white people shit, bro. We don't do that. That's not what we do. Jesus healed lepers. There are some people that we're going to have to leave behind. There are some people that aren't going to be able to come along with us, but that's not the point. The point is to create a space where everybody doesn't have to be like me or you to move righteously. That's the kind of culture we want. We want the culture and the tradition to be moving people on righteously. And that's it. That's why I came. And I actually enjoyed listening to what y'all said about Brittany Griner was 100% right, factually. I just didn't like the emotion behind it because she's still a kid, bro. She's a celebrity. Yeah, she's in the WNBA, but she's still a kid. I don't even know. Is she 30 or something like that?
Yeah, she's 31.
31.
She's 31.
She just turned
Okay.
31, yeah.
Like I'm 42. I made a mistake when I was 37, bro. Like, we all make mistakes, and she's got a long, hard road ahead of us. But the truth of the matter is that she might just get out and, traded for a prisoner or whatever. And if that happens, I'm gonna be happy for her. Just let's go away from this. The college loan shit, right? I was watching a lot of stuff on the college loans. There are people who have paid off their college loans already. And those motherfuckers are literally like, nah, no college loan forgiveness. But why? Oh, because I paid mine off, so you should too. So basically, because you were strong enough to get yourself out of a situation, you don't want to throw a ladder back down to the people in the well and help them out. They got to get out themselves, because fuck them. That's the same way how the people who threw you in the well were feeling. And every time we climb out of the well, it seems like we want to turn back and look at people in the well and be like, well, y'all ain't really trying because, I did it, so you should be able to do it. And that's twofold right there, because one, that's fucked up the way that you're looking at those people, but it's also fucked up the way you're looking at yourself. Because you're looking at yourself like this is some normal shit that anybody should be able to do. Not that I've just overcome many obstacles and other things to get to where I got to get to. So you're looking at it like everybody should be able to do this. So you're diminishing your own greatness while putting your foot on our own people. And they are laughing at us because of this. We don't have anything to be fighting over. And not esoterically, tangibly, we don't have anything to be fighting over. We don't own enough to be fighting over anything right now. So we should be working together in every aspect that we can to move this shit forward. Like, I'm a trucker now, and as you can tell, I'm not a businessman, but I got into trucking because I used to be a massage therapist. This whole gypsy nomad, just like, like the old Sahu Amenhotep name says. I used to be a staff, and then I had a kid. And I was like, I have to do this for my kid. And I hate business. Like 1,000,000%, I hate it. But I have to do it for him. And then I realized that while I'm here suffering for my son, I could create a way for other Black men to do better. So now I'm in this owner space, and I'm hearing other owners telling me that I got to think like an owner, but I don't like the way the owners think. The way that I think is that when I have one truck, one driver, that driver should be making more off that truck than I should. After everything is paid, he should be making more off that truck than I should. And then maybe when I get 6, 7 trucks, now I've got 6, 7 drivers who are making like that first driver. All of their shit is good. Their family's good. They don't have to worry about survival. Now they can support my dream of creating the greatest trucking company out there and offering more opportunities. But my biggest problem when I was younger and I was a young conscious guy, I was like telling everybody, yo, just quit your job, bro. Quit your job, bro. And these are motherfuckers with kids. Now I have a kid and I see why these niggas told me to like get the fuck out of their face. And they were 100% right. So I've learned, and like, don't get me wrong, I was mad at them for that. Like, why can't y'all just see? If we just walk out, bro. Just walk out with me. Let's just go do this. Come on. And I couldn't understand that my kid keeps me in the truck. But, I'm paying for my boy, a friend from long years, who also wants to take care of his kid to go through school. He's going to get out of the truck. He's going to get me out of the truck. And so now I can focus on getting more trucks and getting more people out of their situation and in the truck. And if I wasn't, and I'm surrounded by great friends now, especially my podcast group. One of them's on here now. And if it wasn't for them and the ability to grow, I would never have grown into it. I would have just been mad about the situation the whole time. But even in situations that we're mad about, like where, we as Black people are ignorant as fuck, there's an opportunity. We were here today. I want to remind everybody, if you just tuned in, we were here to fight. We were here to fight. But now we're here, 3 men who are talking about how do we love our community better. Because that's really, like, we don't talk about that enough, but that's what Black men need to do. We need to be loving our community more. Your strength is not questioned. You don't got to prove your strength in every interaction. It's actually more strength, or indicates more strength, when you're able to control your strength. Like a baby python or a baby venomous snake. If that shit bites you, you're dead. You're done, finished. You know why? They can't control the amount of venom they let out. But as you get older and the snake gets older, it's able to control the venom. Let's just control our venom and make sure that we're spending it in the right place. You know what I mean? Because you have the right heart. It's just that we have to understand the way to battle this. Let's not become them while fighting them. With that, I'll turn it back over. Yeah, please.
I have heard your speech many, many times, from different people. I've had many people leave my Facebook page. I understand what you're saying, but they don't like the presentation. I'm too harsh. I'm not loving. I'm not loving enough. This is what I want to say to you. One of the things that they love to bring up, the conscious community, one of the things that they love to bring out about Dr. King, they like to quote Dr. King when he said, "I'm afraid that I have led my people to a burning house." They love that quotation. They like to quote from Dr. King, "I'm afraid that I have led my people into a burning house." Well, if that's true, and Dr. King has not been here since 1968, why are you still in the house? You saying that the house that Dr. King led the people to is a burning house, but yet you still are in the house that's burning. When I bring my message, it comes from the spirit, because I understand that we are in a burning house. And when you are in a burning house, you do not go to people talk about, "I love you, baby. I love you, darling." When you are in a burning house, it's time to get out. You don't have time to be telling people, "I love you, mommy love you, daddy love you." You don't have time for that kind of stuff. The fact that you're even making an attempt to try to get them out the house shows that you're in love. We need to get out the house before we get burned out. So the situation that we're in, over 100 years after Marcus Garvey, you're still in the burning house. Nobody has gotten us out of the house. We need to get out of the house immediately. You're still in the house with all your pro-black, blackity black, and your Jesus Christ, or whatever the hell it is, and you're still in the house.
Can
you cannot be nice and cuddly to people when they are in danger. You got to get them out of the house. If I did not care, I wouldn't care if you sit up in the house and burn up.
I understand that, but bro, like, you have to understand that people aren't going to follow you if they don't trust you.
Then they burn in the house. So
yeah, but you don't believe that.
Listen, then they burn in the house.
You don't believe that. You don't believe that.
Then they burn in the house. You
don't really feel that way.
When
that wouldn't make you happy.
When a firefighter goes into a house, if you want to fight that firefighter, you think he's going to risk his life because you want to fight while you're in the house? No, he's going to leave you burn up.
Why do you trust the firefighter, though?
You cannot trust the firefighter
because
you cannot. First of all, I let you talk, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say nothing. Hear me out.
Yeah,
See, this is the thing. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. We can't handle the reality of things. You are a man, but you want somebody to babysit you and hold your hand and kiss your little knee. That's the reason why you're in the house. There's no men. You come here and you want to tell me well, everybody not the same. Well, how come everybody in the same burning house? How many people have you rescued out of the house? You got a good job, you're making your little funky money or whatever, and you're still dependent on the same slave master in order to survive. You're still in the burning house. I talk the way that I do because a man can handle it, but a boy can't handle that type of talk because he want to make excuses. You want to sell some soda on the corner and you want somebody to give you accolades. Oh, wow, that's black soda. All praises to Allah. You selling black soda. That's good for the black people. Your work that you're doing is not good enough. And when you're looking at ourselves as men, it don't make no difference how good you are. It makes no difference how good I am. If you and I are in a room, I don't smoke and you don't smoke, but 10 people smoke, the room is still smoking. And when people come to the room, they don't care that you don't smoke and I don't smoke. Only thing they see is that, damn, the room is smoking. As a gender in this nation, in these communities, it don't make no difference what you, Khalil, or me, or us little few do, as long as the gender is smoking. That's how we're going to be looked at as smoking. We cannot step to a man.
All right. Just give it to me when you have it.
And continue to be la-di-da and want to kiss. You grown men. Why you need somebody to go around here talk about love and happiness? You some type of out-of-date hippie. Love and happiness. You sing that old Al Green song. And love and happiness. We are at war. You're in a life and death situation. You are in a burning house. You don't believe the things that you said. The black conscious community keep talking about the fall of America. They talk about how America is going down and all this. Well, if America is going to go down and if America is going to fall, you're going to be on the same ship. You ain't gone nowhere. You're in the burning house just like with them. We are part of the Ukraine war, whether we like it or not, because America is part of the Ukraine war. And if America touch off something in China, screwing around with Taiwan, we're going to be part of that because we're part of America. So you want me to come here and babysit people that's supposed to be men? I'm not going to babysit them. You can do that. Your babysitting, what has it resulted in? The babysitting, because they've been babysitting for a long time, for the last 50-some years. When they make a little business, do this little tiddly-wink diddle-daddle stuff, oh, that's so nice. Y'all opened up a school. Can you educate the whole 40 million of you? No, but that's nice. You open up a bakery. Can you feed the 40 million with your bakery products? No. Oh, you want accolades and honor for producing basically nothing, because it don't do nothing for the 40 million. Because we don't have men. We don't have men that will stand up and take the reins, who stay angry, because that's one of the things that Malcolm said. Your problem is you don't stay angry. Because in order to really get this job done, you have to stay angry. You have to stay fired up. You have to be like the Hulk. You got to stay angry, and the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger Hulk gets. That's why we use the Incredible Hulk as a symbol here at the Realities Temple. I shouldn't have to babysit men. You got somebody like T.D. Jakes. He's on his broadcast telling the women, help the men out. Basically, put down your cup so he's able to reach the cup. What is all this babysitting and kissing? I'm not kissing your little knee. You fall down. That's gay anyway. I'm not going to go around telling no man, I love you, Khalil. I love you so much. That sounds gay to me as hell. I understand that we're human beings. I understand that we have feelings and emotions. But when you are at war, you are in a house, you don't have time to be babysitting nobody. Because the fire will burn you up. The fire is going to kill you. And that's why we're still deaf, dumb, and blind with all the black scholarship that we got, with all the wisdom and knowledge that we got. We still don't have nothing. We still don't have nothing going on.
It's this, I'm going to say this, right? I understand what Brother Kate was saying is that when you get in love, love is demonstrating different. When men's dealing with men's, and when you demonstrating love, you don't have to say like I tell my sons, I don't have to tell them that I love them. Sometimes I do, but when I'm doing things for them, it's out of love. Why I sacrifice, why I teach them, why I show them certain things. This is what a man's supposed to do. When you're dealing with your daughters, you have to demonstrate a different form of love and appreciation because you're dealing with the female emotion, so you have to be more soft and content within that. As a man, when you go on the approach, when you're dealing in this world and you're trying to conquer and you standing up for your people, or you even trying to stand up in the cause of human cause, because I'm a humanist. At the end of the day, I'm for my race, but I'm a humanist for the human need. You can't fucking play no games and going around, okay, we want peace, we want this. No, they ain't gonna hear you. They ain't gonna give a fuck about it. They gonna know that if you're willing to draw blood or die a certain time behind it. This is the true revolutionary start. See, a lot of these people that be in these conscious communities now, I'm not gonna say in the 60s there have been brothers, Stokely Carmichael, Jamil Elamine, and John Africa, and Ashanti Shakur, Matuli Shakur, and different people done died and went to prison and made sacrifices. However, the black people don't send them no dime.
Nope.
Never thought nothing of them. Don't care what they sacrifice and what they gonna say. What's the cause of thinking about black? For one, we ain't black. We bronze people. Black is just a label title, but however, we are bronze. Original people are bronze. Even though all races of people was created out of us, we have to understand the human need. See, people, when it comes to the point, people want to focus on and say, giving love all the time is not always being sensitive. Sometimes you need that kick in your ass to do right.
Yes.
Just like you have your mom or your dad or your big mama or a papa, they ain't all the time be telling you no shit. Yes, you know you okay, boy. They going there, get out there, they gonna get us. Go ahead and get that shit done, boy. You know what we're doing, but they doing that out of love, but they making you understand that people don't respect that all the time when it come down to when you standing up for something. A lot of times with people, they want to be stuck in their own ego, their own pride, which is a form of delusion. Like I made a Facebook post about that. We all suffer it, but we ought to put it to the side and understand that it's about humanity. We all do shit. None of us is perfect. People want to stay in their way and to feel like they're okay, but they don't want to be checked about their own shit. They're all about to bring about a change. This is the problem with the conscious community. They want to continue to do unacceptable behaviors, womanizers, some of them undercover pedos, maybe homosexuals, whatever they doing. These atrocities, but don't want to be checked on. They want to be condemning other people that's doing the same thing. I can understand, I can respect a person, they say they are addict, whatever the addiction that they have, but they trying to be better, but they understand their problem and they being realistic about it. See, a lot of people feel like it's not love when you pointing out you doing the same shit that what they doing, but we all can be better. But let's just admit we all got ways about ourselves. With the so-called pro-black community, everybody righteous, everybody holy, ain't nothing wrong with everybody just treat people fair. No, that ain't the case. You get people who give money, like I stated before, you give money to a cause 20 or 30, 40 years, and you ask like, what I got this shit? I done gave my money. I done sacrificed my children. I done lost my wife. Yeah. A lot of people in this conscious community done lost their wife, children, and family members. Nobody fucks with them behind it. Yeah. They sacrifice. I done seen penny brothers from the nation, Hebrew Israelite, whatever it is, they in nursing homes, no family dealing with them. Because they were so caught up in the ideology that they forgot what the real meaning of things is. They lost everything behind the cause that when it comes down to it, What have you gained out of it? Nothing. But fictitious and the leaders gain it all.
Exactly.
The leaders can have love, but the leaders got to admit that they have humility too. However, to be a true leader is admitting your humility and showing things and leading by example. However, the black man in America, you got to understand this. Unless we have our own independent state and territory and government and really standing up on that shit, we got to respect the laws of the land.
That's right.
You don't give a fuck how people want to see it, how people want to make it seem. If you're not willing to go to war, we're going to say the oppressing, because the real racism part in America is not even race. It's economic oppression. That's number one. Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, all these people, Robert Johnson, Tyler Perry, these people ain't oppressed. They go around and latch on to that, but they not oppressed because they have the money to change the economic situation. Mm-hmm. Economics is the number one oppression because poor whites don't care about, rich whites don't care about poor whites. It's about your classism in America. And why would I get a part of a community I'm giving all my money and there's no real economic, no real life benefits that are coming on about it? Love can be expressed only with law and order. But you have to have a system set up that's where it's going. We can't create a false narrative system in the reality of the world does not reflect that what we're saying. This is the problem with the so-called woke, conscious, hotep, wherever people want to call themselves. They don't have that system set up to, you want to tell me, Bill, get the system, okay, hate the white men, hate these people, but we still going to their Walmart, their Kroger's, their Costco. We getting their gas. We don't have our own petroleum fields. We don't have nothing.
Exactly.
They be talking a lot of shit. Then we still got to depend on these people. So therefore, you need to shut the hell up. You ain't trying to do it. Because even if they did come with a plan to say, we're going to give us reparations, we're going to change everything, we're going to say, everybody go where you want to go, you black, you getting this much and much. What is we really prepared to do without these people in our life?
Right.
Can we'll be like a children separating from a system that we don't even understand. Even the one who claim they understand, they ain't really ready to be independent. The people say, we give you enough money, just do what you want to do, cultivate this land, this yours. We ain't got nothing to do with this.
That's right.
They wouldn't really know what to do. They would know. But that's the point I'm saying. Y'all sit up here telling people that like the America gonna fall. Okay, Elijah Muhammad said that America gonna burn for 600 years. In every generation is 40, 50 years. Okay, a generation. So 600 years of burning in America, that's like 1.5 million people that's burning. That it's going to be burning in circulation. So if America fall in this scoring, where is the people going to be at that's here? What is the opportunity? If you tell me to do for myself, get farmland, create a business, but the economics fail, how can that help me? Mm-hmm. Make it make sense. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you ask people that logical question, oh, you a hypocrite, oh, you crazy, how I'm crazy, how can I sit there and tell somebody everything gonna fall? But what about the Joe Blow who don't know nothing about that shit, who ain't even thinking about no conscious shit? They just eating their pork chop, they just doing whatever they doing. So you mean to tell me if this my family member, oh, ain't no hope for them, they gonna surely die and be destroyed. And I ain't got no solution for them to go since I'm saying America gonna fall. Where's the solution since I'm preaching a doctrine that I can't produce no facts behind it? Exactly. That makes me a liar and a charlatan. That's not love, that's manipulation.
That's right.
That's being totally wrong. That's the problem that he had. Like people think about, okay, yeah, it's being love, but the truth had to come down to the truth. Even if the truth hurt me or you, the truth is the truth. You can't get mad with it. You can get mad with the truth, but after a while, you got to accept the truth for what it is and what the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I missed a bit. I feel like I missed a big part of that coming into my apartment. I lost service. Did I miss it like in the last 60 seconds? I feel like because I was enjoying what you were talking about.
What I was saying, brother Cape, I was saying that you can't give people false hope and narrative because we got children. You know, you're my father, you're a father. I got grandchildren. I got whatever. I can't sit here and lie to the next generation who's coming up and what it's gonna be because I feel hurt that I'm giving people broken promises that I really can't fulfill. It's good for keeping a narrative out there, but we have to be realistic when you telling people things. You know, we don't know what the next generation or what. Hell, I grew up in them beeper and payphone era. We grew up in this technology era, and everything changed. So everything is changing when it comes with time. So I can't tell the next generation of children what this is gonna go, what it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever live to see a total black republic in America. I don't know if we'll ever see that. Not in our lifetime. It may happen 200 years down the line, but we probably might never see that.
But let's talk
about
what I'm
that, saying?
Though. Let's talk about the strategy behind that because that may actually be true. But there are other people in this world who are afforded the luxuries and the power of being basic. I don't want to say sovereign, but they're definitely respected. Like when you look at the Jews or you look at the Asians or you look at the Indians, they have figured something out and they don't have any sovereign state in America either. But can I read something to y'all? Because you guys were saying, so listen, first and foremost, I want to say that we do realize that all of the shit that y'all are saying is facts. I'm not here to actually argue with what you're saying because you're right. But let me just read this one quote to y'all. When I speak of love, I am not speaking of some sentimental and weak response. I am speaking of the force which all of the great religions have seen as the supreme unifying principle of life. Love is somehow the key that unlocks the door which leads to ultimate reality. This Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Jewish, Buddhist belief about the ultimate reality is beautifully summed up in the first epistle of the St. John. Let us love one another, for love is God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. When I talk about love, I'm not talking about going and being nice to people and being soft, because there is a harshness sometimes to love. I'm simply talking about love being a performing thing. You spoke about it. What can we provide? There's no enterprise. There's no industry. That's why I told you I'm doing, as much as I hate business, that's the reason why I'm sticking it out past my son being good in the trucking company to afford opportunities for those men who I used to tell, yo, quit your job, bro, with no job to offer them. So now I can offer them a job. All I'm simply saying is that there are strategies to get the thing done, and we three cannot do the thing on our own. Even if you have 10 people behind you and you have 10 people behind you, we cannot do it alone. And so I'm not saying to babysit or coddle anyone. What I'm saying is that everybody else is trying to survive as well. And when people wake up, that survival is number one, first and foremost on their mind. How can we get them to stop thinking about survival for a second and start thinking about the evolution of our community? And in that, because you're already at the evolution of our community. I'm not discounting that, and I'm not trying to put you in some place that you're not. They aren't. They're in a place of survival. There's a gap that has to be bridged for them to at least change their mentality so that now maybe they don't quit their job. Maybe instead they take that 10% that they may or may not be given to the church, and now they're donating it to a group of people that they see are doing real work in the community. Maybe it's that. Maybe they're not going to just put down everything because at the end of the day, they have kids to feed. And so if we don't have a way for them to feed the kids outside of this burning house, that's what's keeping them inside the burning house. That would be on the leaders. And I'm not talking about the charlatan leaders. Leaders always come up out of the people because the leaders are loving the people. And so it's not a matter of being soft or whatever. We need warriors. I have a Tai Chi master. I've got a Salat trainer. I know Jiu-Jitsu. Like, we need that as well as this. It's not an either. I'm not saying an either or. There are people, because if you come to me, you came to me with that kick them in the ass shit. That shit got me here. I'm not saying that it's not useful at all. I'm just saying that you're not getting, the average people aren't going to come that way. And we need them. These are the people in the middle of the bell curve. The exceptional people are going to do one of two things. They're either going to follow you because they believed it already, or they're going to not follow you because they believed it already. But then after that, what's going to happen to all the people in the middle? The people in the middle who are working on routines, the people who we no longer have traditions for, so now their behaviors aren't leading into any type of real culture because we don't have that. So what about them? Those are the people that I'm looking at, because those people will, if given the way to do it, I feel like more of them will than won't. We just don't have a way yet. And
Yes,
what it's going to take is for us to come together.
Actually,
Talk to me.
Actually, do it. I don't know if you ever went to my website or you ever heard me talk about our vision, our plan here at the Realist Temple called Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign, the Mississippi Campaign.
I did see it. I've seen it briefly. So I actually would like, because I don't think it's a bad idea. And I think that it's something that should be talked about. I just think that it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of us working together. Because people have talked about it with that whole area, not just Mississippi. I've literally heard it being talked about like the whole section, but you got to remember what these motherfuckers did to get Texas and New Mexico. Like,
well, actually, it's a name. It's a name, but it's not really about Mississippi. It's about an activity. It's an activity that our ancestors started in the South. When they first came off the plantation, just a natural thing that they was doing, just working. They began to embrace the political systems. Had it not been for the races, the terrorism of the South, we would have southern states totally in black control if it wasn't for those type of things.
They were maybe municipalities around the country. Like I have heard of all.
They were already doing those different things. I chose Mississippi, and if somebody can show that it's an easier target, because it's all about ease, because we don't like to do nothing hard anyway. I chose Mississippi because it's a state, it's a poverty-stricken state. Nobody don't care nothing about it. You inspire a national movement where we as a people nationally will support that state to make it strong. So that state can support us like if we were a Russian citizen living in America. Because we have nobody. We can't go back to Africa. We can't go to Russia. We can't go nowhere. So we're going to have to develop our own state, our own safe haven that does something for us. See?
I like that. I love that.
Out the Mississippi campaign, we were just talking about our prisoners of war. That's a part of the Mississippi campaign. I want Ashada Shakur in exile in Cuba. We want her home. But you can't do one of these as a little tiny organization. We don't have no clout. We don't have no power. But the state of Mississippi got clout and power when it comes to the United States government. So as a state, you can go to the government and say, look, we understand the sister had whatever, she's up in age, whatever right now. We want her. She won't leave the state of Mississippi. She's not a danger. We would be responsible for her.
Can I tell you something, brother? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
That's a fucking brilliant plan. There's like, and this is the thing, like when I was, it was you. No, it wasn't even you. I don't know who I was talking about, Wakanda. But that's the type of shit, basically, that we're talking about. We have a space where we can all unite. But I'm saying, I'm not the how, right? And the what that you're talking about is fucking brilliant. It's not a bad idea. It's not a stupid idea. It doesn't come from, it's a visionary type of shit, because we've seen it with Jews or whatever doing it, but we've never seen anybody really do that. So to be able to come up with that is brilliant. I'm just saying that there are steps because in order to do that, and to have because government regardless is going to be complicated. It's Deacon of Reality. It's a fucking brilliant concept is what I'm saying. Like I'm in no way, shape or form about to nothing that I'm about to say is about to discredit the vision. It's just that I have the same fucking vision. I don't have the vision when it comes to Mississippi per se, the place, but I have that concept where we have a place that we support and supports us back. Exactly. I disagree with the fact that we can't do that in Africa, because I have a friend who's literally creating something where we can. But what it is that we need is the mentality, because the mentality then affords me to be able to take resources that I may or may not need. but that I think can serve a purpose and put them there and not look away. So one of the things that I was going to ask you when you were saying what you were saying to what I was saying was, how do we get them to trust us? Now, in a fire with a fireman, there's in your face immediate danger. What has happened is we've been placated, so the danger is never in our face. While the cops are always one block away, we don't feel that until they fuck with our kids. So that's not an immediate danger. So now if somebody's coming talking about saving us from the cops, while the cops are a block away, sometimes we're not listening to them as much because the danger's not there. So my question and the thing that I've been working on is, how do we get people in a space to trust? Because as a black man, and me now realizing that I need friendships and relationships with other black men of the same mindset, how do we get the black men who may not be of the same mindset, but may be of the same heart, right? But they just don't have the constitution to fight, or not even to fight, but maybe we have to be in the burning house, but to see a way out of the burning house. So then how do we show them that there's a way? Because even with me and what I'm doing with my son, I won't put my son into public school because we know what that does. So I'm homeschooling my son, but I'm not a teacher. So I had to enlist the help of a program that supports homeschool students 3 days a week. And now they can bring students together. We eliminate the social stigma that homeschooling has done. And then I hired a former teacher who also hates the public school system, but understands teaching and advancement. So now I have a community, and now I have a way, a man who's not a teacher, you know what I mean? I'm a fucking guy, right? Like I used to be my skill is in touch and massage, but now I'm a truck driver and I'm a business owner. But I want to make sure that my son is taken care of, but not put into that public school. There's a lot of things that have to fall into place for me to be able to do that. I have to have the enterprise, because like you said, this battle is economic, really. So we shouldn't even really be mad at each other because it's economic. So I need to have the money to be, or the enterprise even, because it's not even about money, because I could have a job, but I have to be able to put somebody in the truck so that I can be here with my son. But then I need to make sure that he has the ability to interact with other humans, regardless, because that's really all you get from their school. Like their education system is garbage. It's their fake interaction, because you're not even really interacting. 9/10 of the time, you're being told to sit down and shut up and not interact with your friends. So it's not even really doing that, but that's their argument. And I know that that's a thing. So I have to make sure and take care of that. Another aspect of it that has to fall into place for me to just do the what. And then me and my son's mom aren't together, but she has to be with it. And I have to be able to, if she doesn't believe it already, which I believe she did, I would have to be able to convey that to her, and also convey to her why this, not the normal way, and the easier way, because you did just mention ease, the easier way of just sending them off and be babysat, don't give a shit what happens, why this is the way and how we can make it happen and how I can support you. It's a lot to it. And the only reason why I speak about love the way I do is because I want us to waste less time criticizing these motherfuckers, because what that's going to do to people who aren't strong is they're going to shut down and build a stronger shell around what it is that they're doing. You can come at me. I'm trying, bro. Am I gasping? I got a lot, because I feel like this was an opportunity. When we were going back and forth, I wasn't like, I don't know what I might have said, but like I said, I troll people, you know what I mean? So what you said touched me, because I'm a black, no, I'm being dead serious. Like, you emotionally got me. You said some shit, and I'm like, oh, this thing is trolling. Fuck this. I had some time. I have shit to do. So I got into it, because at the end of the day, I'm not asking for any accolades. I don't want no fame, no fortune for any of the things I'm doing, whether it's the black men's space that I'm providing, whether it's the jobs, none of that shit. I honestly just want to take care of my son and be well enough that I can smoke weed without having a problem. And in order for there to not be a problem, though, I also need a community around my son. Like, I need to know that there are other fathers, other mothers who have the opportunity to raise their children in a righteous way, so that the work that I'm doing with my son, he doesn't go out there and see that there's Like, yo, my dad is bullshitting. I don't have to do any of this shit. I can literally just tell these niggas that I'm somebody else and I can get ahead. And that is still going to be the truth. But I want him to love himself and his mother and his father and where he came from so much that that's not even a thing. Like, I'm a handsome guy. For all of y'all on there that don't know, like, I'm a piece, you know what I mean? But I don't get haircuts and shit. And because I don't want anybody to ever look at me for anything other than what it is that's on my mind. Even with my name on Facebook. Like, I feel like you thought I was some Hotep nigga. And never at one point did I ever defend myself as not. You clearly see that I'm not nothing. I just happen to have a name. But I don't want you to like me because of something other than what it is that I am. And so I'm always trying to reach people as I am, though, but where they are. And I realize not everybody's where I am. You guys weren't where I was as far as how you felt about it, but there was enough of you in there, like one of those Venn diagrams, the two circles. There was enough of our circles that overlapped. And so that's all I want to focus on. Like, I'm not here to tell you not to do tough love, because fuck, I'm an athlete, or former athlete. So I respond to coaching, you know what I mean? Like, hustle. That I'm like, really? Yeah, I got you. Like, you're gonna skin your knee on the concrete. If a coach that you love tells you to hustle, you dive in on concrete. So I can take that. But I know that everybody's not me. Everybody doesn't always have the goal in mind, because not everybody is not worried about survival anymore. I was worried about survival for a while. And not maybe like as a phase of my life, but maybe for a period, last month. And I realized that I was in a different state. But then I fixed it. But I had people that helped me and were there to listen to me, because I knew what I had to do, but I still wanted to vent about the shit. I still wanted that space to be like, yo, this shit, it's not that I'm mad, I'm just annoyed. And so it's just the little things is the only thing that I'm really trying to focus on. And, it's over? We gone? Did they leave?
No, we here. You just got a solo layout.
Oh shit! You surprised the shit out of me. What's it for? I don't get no notice or nothing. I just tell y'all I'm just a guy. I'm like, everything's guys go. So I'm not here to challenge the way. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have these ideas are great ideas. These are great concepts, but it's not going to go if we're not all moving on it. And unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of things that's contributed to the way that we are, and we have to give credence to that. Like, we can't keep sitting here and being like it's all about personal responsibility and accountability when there are people with massive amounts of power who have plans that they're doing. Like, these things are not happening by coincidence. The projects are not by coincidence. The segregation, the way that the lines of demarcation, these are not by any coincidence. People are coming at us and for us, and they love the fact that they only have to come at sections at a time. They only have to attack Black women, or only attack our gay and lesbians, or our dumb niggas, or our smart niggas, or our rich niggas, or our poor niggas, or our light niggas, or our dark niggas. And guess what? Any one of them that you go, and the shit definitely startled the shit out of me. I am not a liar, you know what I mean? I felt startled. But, and they also know that every time that they attack one segment of us, they can enlist some of us to help them with the attack. That's what I want to stop. Anytime we see them attacking us, no matter whether I agree with the way that they operate or not, I'm going to defend you from them. If somebody comes out here, some Karen, and is like, why is he so angry and shit? I'm over here talking to you about your anger because we home. But out there, I'm going to defend you, and we're going to talk about it later. Listen, Karen, he got mad fucking reason to be angry. I'm just as mad at him. I'm just a little bit calmer, so I can talk to your dumbass this way. Maybe I'm a little bit older than him, or whatever the reason is, but you're not about to act like he don't got a reason to be fucking mad. You have reasons to be mad. I was mad about the same shit you're mad about. Just because I got over it doesn't mean that it's not a valid reason. So when we're out there, fuck that. Karen can suck my dick. I'm on your side. But when we're here, at home, talking about what we got to do for us, nah, bruh, those aren't your enemies, and I'm not going to sit here and allow you to give me a reason as to why they are. When we know what's going, we know who our enemy is. It's really more just like, where are the rest of my teammates? Where's my squad? That's really what it is that we're looking for. We want the warriors next to us, the warrior-minded next to us. But that just because they're not they're who we're fighting for, though. Like, we're literally fighting for them. So we can't be putting them down just because they're not the warriors we need to help us fight for them. Parental discretion is advised. Wait, am I cursing a lot?
A little bit. A little taste.
I'm sorry. I get passionate.
I try to keep my broadcast PG because I want the teenage. I want everybody.
I wish you would have told me. I can do that. I just got, I got a little, but I can do that. So my bad. I apologize.
All right, Josiah. You see, he brother apologizing. Josiah is a listener of ours. He's 13 years old.
Oh yeah, no, Josiah. I was definitely wrong because at the end of the day, the way that adults speak to adults, and I tell my nieces this because I curse around them sometimes when talking to my family, but I let them know, like, the way that I talk is because, truth be told, I don't care. And I don't need anybody to see me in any way because I'll show up and represent myself 100%. I can get into any spaces that I want already. So I can cuss. You're 13, just like my niece is actually 12, going on 13. You still have a lot of way to go about yourself, and it's hard the way that we're doing it. We can't walk into spaces as ourselves and I'm trying. We can't walk into those spaces, you know what I mean, and let them know. And so there is a game that needs to be played. And I truthfully want you to play the game. I just want a place for you back here where you can come and take off your armor and be you. Out there, we got to play the game. But in here, I don't want you playing no games. Like, you can be you in here. But we do have to understand that out there, you do have to play the game. So there is a way that you should represent yourself. Me, I'm not the path to follow. I didn't blaze a path that I want my children and the young ones to follow. I blazed the path that I had to blaze so that I could prepare them to go down the path that they needed to go.
I want to say, because I do understand everything that you said, and the audience, they like you very much. Now, the difference between you and some of these other persons that I've ever had on my platform, we present this vision that we call Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign, okay? And you say that you really don't know a lot about it. You didn't check out the link. You haven't heard the videos or nothing like that. That's what you say. But just based on the concept, the little short concept that I'm giving to you, you said it's a possibility that could work, blah, 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 right?
No. Talk about. I said that shit was fucking brilliant.
Right.
It's not a concept that could work. It's a concept that works. It's just
all right. Let's make that clear. Let's make it clear. He said brilliant.
Yeah. No. Don't try and play me. I didn't be like that. I didn't have it hard shit. I'm sorry. I didn't have it hard anything. Sorry, Josiah. I said that was a brilliant idea. I said that as a visionary, though, you're speaking that idea to people that can't see it because it's nowhere. That's all.
Exactly. And that's our problem. That's our problem, that myself, Brother Khalil, and you, this is the type of opposition that we will face, because we're visionaries. We understand. It's not that, I keep telling people, it's not like I don't knock Jesus. But if Jesus is not helping you get to a better place, I got a problem with Jesus. If that Islam is not helping you,
that's love.
Get to a better place, I got a problem with him.
That's love.
That is hindering you and it's hindering us as a people to get where we need to go. And they talk about Marcus Garvey all the time, and you even said it. I think you used a different organization. But to my knowledge, the Universal Negro Improvement Association, that was different organizations up under one umbrella. That wasn't just Marcus Garvey Group.
Yeah.
Under one umbrella.
I can interject and speak on that more, because I was conceived in St. Anne's, Jamaica, the same places where Marcus Mosiah Garvey come from, and Robert Nesta Marley. So what come up in there, I was my people came to this America
Mm-hmm.
doing agriculture work. They were sugarcane cutters. This is where I was born doing sugarcane cutters work.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I identify with Mississippi Exodus program, because I was raised in an agricultural environment. See, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, when he brung a approach, and he was saying, "Our clean hell Seleucius, Seleucius is the reformer. He was the redeemer." In 1930, and Linwood Power gave birth to the Rastafarian movement. The Rastas, the first Rastas, did not have dreads. They was bald heads. They was a bald head. The dreadlocks came on later, but it can't breed from a movement of striving and people crying. This is what reggae music. This is what people understand about reggae music, the dance hall. But really, reggae music was born out of sufferation. A lot of people in Jamaica didn't have no food to eat, but they sat there and sung songs. The soul they sold, that would make them sing like that. This what gave power to the roots. And see, when you coming into to what Marcus Mosiah Garvey understood is that when you're trying to unite, when he was using Africa, but that was in that time. He was born 1886, so he was using Africa. He was trying to unite all black people as one, not under a religious banner.
Yes.
He understood when he was bringing in, everybody had to be different. Everybody had different talents to demonstrate within each other. It's when given a demonstrated army. See,
yes,
most people don't understand is that we all have our different gifts and uniques and putting together. Just like when you cook food, you got all your ingredients you put together in a pot. You're making gumbo, you're making a soup, whatever you're making. Everybody adds their own flavor to the equation. Nobody is got the perfect answer, but when all together, it makes a perfect pot when you cook it. With everybody agreeing within together, everybody can understand each other. The problem is then people want to look at the one saying, "You are the one, he are the one, she is the one." Nobody is the fucking one. We all in this together. However, when we add the pot together, it comes out perfect, and we understanding what the prescription, what it is. I can't meet you at a situation that, like me, I have defeated whatever the system of America say that what I was supposed to be. I stopped school young, got involved in, well, I actually got involved in consciousness and so-called conscious community around 89, ended up joining the Nation of Islam 1992, whatever. I learned certain values, whatever, but however, every hurt and pain as a black man experiences in America, I done experienced it. I done gotten involved in the street culture, done served, done hustled, done served time. It came out to get here in the show. I had to be out here and talk because I know the tricks of the system. But I understand the game too as I learned. And when I got myself out of my situation, I understand that within this system, you have to know the game to play the game in their game. See, people want to go at these people head on. Oh yeah, we gonna fight you. No, you got to use intellect. This is a chessboard. So if we the fucking pawns, you the pawns. I'm gonna protect the king and the queen is the most important in chess. If you understand chess, so if we the fucking pawns, you the pawn, because I'm gonna use your same game against you. Then you get mad and say, "Damn, how this nigga understand this shit?" Yeah, because I know how to play your game.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't fooling me. I'm not submitting to nothing what you're doing. I'm agreeing with you, but you ain't over me, man. You understand the game? People say, "Damn," I'm gonna tell you. When I was in prison, they sent me to they locked me in solitary confinement all the time because they said, "You starting riots. We can't have you right here because you know too much." The people saying, I told them to tell them, "I'm already incarcerated. What more can you do to me? You ain't gonna take my mind from me. You already got my body. You can't never take this from me. If I let you do this, I might as well go ahead and take my own self out because that's it."
Mm-hmm.
Once my mind gone, this is the problem is that like I tell the conscious people, that's come out to this saying you're black. You're black is just a term. We are bronze people, original people. However, when it comes down to when you giving liberalization in law, economically we come together. The Jewish people, the Chinese people, they build communities and put their people in positions of authority from locally to federal. Then they create their own charter for their people. This is why you see these different races of people get benefits in America, because they done create a fucking land charter. This is what Malcolm X was trying to tell people, that you got to come out of this progressive. You got to go to the United Nations with a charter for black people saying this rights. This is how you get what you want to get done for you. You can't get nothing done. I'm pro-black. Yeah, you need the soldiers, but the soldiers only in line to understand once the treaty is made with the charter. You have to have your military there to make sure that if people violate the treaty, that you have to have people to arrest and protect the situation. But it has to be presented when you representing law. That's how law goes. See, law is law, but you presenting your treaty with everybody. You think about it. All these black millionaires and billionaires in America, nobody came together and said, let's create a charter for black people. This is
Ice
our
Cube
agreement.
tried.
Ice Cube tried, and guess what they did?
They should exactly.
They mocked him. They said things okay, but I'm gonna tell you something. And half of that was about with Cube. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Cube was 100% right. But you know who made to play the part in that? Because of his falling out with that Farrakhan and that Khalid shit. You understand?
I don't
that happened.
Break it down.
What I'm breaking down to you is this. Okay, Dr. Khalid fell out with Ice Cube over some things that he didn't really want to submit to certain things that he wanted, but Khalid submit. Ice Cube said that he cannot submit within and do certain things that the nation want because of his position and his title. He not finna be no private soldier. He not finna submit to certain regime, and he's not gonna do that. But he would give money. He would do certain things because of what his position that what he in. They wanted him to break down his position to become a private soldier. He already was a man of stature. That was not gonna happen. Instead of utilizing him.
Listen. Can I say something? Because so first off, my dad is Jamaican.
Yeah.
And so before I go into what I'm talking, I literally had a conversation with my mom because my dad is the type of Jamaican that's not Jamaican. He's like, Fox Newsy. So I'm like, why? Because I'm big on reggae music right now, So I asked my mom, like, why is he like that? And he's from Jamaica. Because I didn't understand the timeline. And she was like, reggae music started, he was already into country music and all of that. And like you said, reggae music was the music of the rebel. It was the music of the revolution. And so they got labeled rebels, and he bought into that and he never got into reggae. And so the reason I bring that up is because for me, as you're talking, I'm like, oh shit, this guy's Jamaican. And so what you understand as far as what I'm listening to you, there's a Buju says a line that says only Rasta can liberate the people. And it's because of when you really truly listen to the reggae music that has that Rasta, even nowadays you have people like Popcorn and other people who are still putting the new sound to it, but you can feel the vibe. What they are talking about is for us to do all of the things that we're talking about here, but to do them in a spirit because we love, and honestly, like when you said that I came in here and that idea you have about the sovereignty and all, it came from a comics, Wakanda. But it works. Like it all works. It's just that we have to understand that something was done to us. Something had to have been done to us to where something that's really it's not that complicated. It's complicated to do, but it's not that complicated when you really think about it. If everybody did exactly what you just said, like if they would have looked at Ice Cube and was like, you know what? You don't got to do this. Like, I don't need to break you down. You're already coming in as a high-level soldier. So you're a spook who sat by the door who I don't even have to wait for you to do the little stuff. Had he realized that and came to him that way, it would have been a completely different conversation, because that's how I came to y'all. I'm out here, I work with black men on black men's mental health and the way that they feel. You guys are working on black men and the things that they do. These are not two separate these are not two separate concepts, you know? Like, we're all talking about the black man, and the black man has to do, and the black man also has to feel. I just feel the black man has to be honest about what he feels. I feel like you guys are very tough. And we need the trainers of the soldiers. Like, my son is 4. I've already got him lined up to be trained with many people. But I know that what it is that I'm giving my son is the ability to be human and the ability to protect people, not because you have to, but because you want to. So why do you want to? And it's because you love them. And I want him to, and I just feel that that's a more powerful way for him to go into the things that he needs to do. Because I do need him to be strong economically and financially. I need him to be able to, if he doesn't want to be in politics, which he probably won't, because politics sucks, I need him to understand the need for the politicians and to at least be in conversation with them. To have the politicians at least be thinking about you when they're making the moves that they're making. We need all of our pieces. There isn't a piece that we don't need. Even the hoodlums that we have. Part of the reason why they're hoodlums is because they have unguided energy that we need, and we can't put it somewhere else. Those little kids don't belong in nobody's courtroom, in nobody's boardroom, or in nobody's office or anything. Those are the people that y'all need to be training. But they don't even have the mentality to receive what it is that they need because of what it is that they've been taught. And we've all been taught the same thing. But depending on who you are, you're going to express what it is you've been taught differently. We've all secretly been taught that we don't need each other. So for them who aren't as fiscally responsible or able to get through the education system, because we know that's not about intelligence. But they weren't able to get through that. There's nobody that's like, yo, I see your skills and I need your skills. Because when we get good, we think that what we're supposed to do is leave. And that's where we lose. And I'm never going to leave.
And see, the thing is this, like I was made many Facebooks about indoctrination, social engineering, and that you have to be retrained and reprogrammed. Like, especially when you're saying, like, when you're dealing in the Caribbean culture, Jamaican, Haitian, and all that stuff, you know, people are going to be saying that now. Jamaicans going to say, me don't give a blood clot. Me don't need no Yankee style blood. We don't need no Yankee style. Me a rude boy. Me a yachty. Me a top. We don't need no blood clot. You know what I mean? We don't enough said. Me a suck out a wooden long spoon, man. You know what I mean? But when you're breaking them down, and when you're saying is that we need all ourselves, because we social engineering and indoctrination hasn't plagued everybody.
Every single one of us, even the righteous of us, bro.
Yes.
Because we're not doing it maliciously. Like, we are here because and I'm thankful that you were willing to have this conversation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But truthfully, like, we were both, and I was playing, you know what I mean? So he didn't realize who I was on Facebook. So he was reacting to what it was I was giving him. I'm not gonna sit here and act like you can ask my friends. I knew who he was. I've told my friends before I got here, I'm like, he's not an angry black man. He's a hurt black man. He's got passion for the community. Deb, where are you at? Like, validate what I'm saying. Like, I saw that, but I'm different. And what I've long realized that we need our people. Fuck what it is that it doesn't matter what your label is. Whether you be Christians, Muslims, whatever, when I see the people that I'm attracted to have a love for the people, and it doesn't matter, there are many roads to Zion, and we need to all start converging on that. Like, if we were all to just care about what it is that's going on with our children and our community, we would move a lot further, but we don't. We care a little bit, but then we also care about who we worship. We care about where we work, where we spend our money, what we wear. Like, even me, what we listen to. I don't care what we listen to or what you wear. And I listened to an interview that one of these young rappers that do the mumble rap was talking about. And what he was saying, I almost cried. Because I'm sitting here blacking on these little kids who are in a state of war. It's like a cold war, but we're suffering. And all they want to do is just have some fun and be children. And they have an opportunity to do that with a microphone on a platform. And I'm here hating on them because I'm fighting and I'm in the war. I'm hating on them because they're not talking about what it is that I'm doing. What type of selfish person am I who's telling them to stop being selfish? And it takes a lot of reflection and introspection to understand that sometimes what we're doing, no matter how much we think we're not doing it because of them, like, if it wasn't for the system, you know what I'd be doing? I would be the smoking grandpa underneath a tree that the kids come to when they're tiring their parents. I wouldn't be doing nothing. And all of the parents would love me, so I would always eat. Somebody would have a shack or something somewhere that I get to live at for free because I'm literally the village babysitter, so I don't have to go and go lift rocks to make money to live. Like, that's what I would be doing if it wasn't a system. So even me, I'm not unaffected by it. I'm in the burning house. Yes. But what I do know is that the house is smoldering, though. It's not really burning, and that's why people aren't running. So I'm not going to, I know how dangerous it is. They're not ready to accept how dangerous it is. But there are things that they do care about, that we all care about. And I feel like we can meet there. And if we can meet there, then we can start branching out. Because, like, the way that you're sitting right now, bro, you don't sit like how you present yourself on Facebook. You're like this, just so you can see. Let me tell you that. You sit like this.
See, I'm gonna say this, like, on Facebook, me myself, and Taalik was coming on my page. Me myself, I learned this with I done studied human behavior, especially our people. We like drama and we like controversy. So I use fucking with people on Facebook to get people to listen to what I'm saying.
That's why I came here.
So I know that when people be using that defense, they be thinking, oh, I'm a bully, I'm an idiot, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm only getting that to you to listen to what I'm saying. To when you get to know me, you can understand what I'm doing. So I have to use that because you ain't gonna want, our people don't want to hear, oh, no controversy. We comment on the blog laws. We comment on when people talking bad about people or just talking shit. We like ratchet shit. We gonna, even the people who act like they're against it, they gonna still entertain on, oh, you see what such and such them doing. So when you get people attention, you got to be able to use it once you get a person attention. That's the thing of it. You can let people project what they want to think of it. That's a strategy
today. That's why I came. That's how I came here. I swear to God, he thought I was a hotep nigga. So I'm like, let him think that. He gonna think that all the way until we get in there. I even signed up to this early. I'm sitting here at 12 o'clock. So let me tell you. Let's give everybody, because we didn't have a production call, but let's talk some pre-production stuff. So I texted brother this morning, and I'm like, so we do it 12. So this is 12:30 Pacific, right? And me, I'm just stupid like that. I'm just really trying to have conversation. Let him know, that I'm coming. He's like, man, you see, you people over here got all this intelligence and can't even translate a time. I feel like you're just trying to find an excuse to get out. And I'm sitting here and I'm laughing and I'm like, damn, bro, you could have just answered the question. And he was like, no. So me with that energy,
Brother
like,
K,
I gotta make sure that
I have to come that way because I do deal with a bunch of idiots. I deal with a bunch of idiots, and they're not serious about nothing. They're just screwing around, whatever, So I'm like, whatever.
I felt it. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna do it yet. You know what I mean? Like, we can do this on camera. So I'm just like, all right, bro, whatever. I'm just letting you know I'll be ready. So just make sure you're ready. So I went back to tough mode. And then I still got the time right. Because remember, I was here at 12. I was here at 12 by time and that's really why I was asking, bro. I'm really bad with time. I'm late to everything because like, I don't have none of those constructs or whatever. The only thing I'm ever on time or early to is my pickups and drop-offs as a trucker. Everything else, I'm late. And that's the truth right there, D. And so that's the reason why I even came and was willing to have the debate, because honestly, I wasn't interested in the debate, bro. I don't even have no gods or warriors. I didn't have nothing to debate with. I came here. I was like, if that's what it is, you know what I mean? I told my podcast people, like I said, the debate, discussion, and dialogue, my whole purpose was to come here because I understood who you were without you explaining it to me. I knew y'all out there fucking playing. Like, I'm like, sorry, Josiah. I'm like, but I knew you was out there loving, like, but you told me the story of what happened in the conscious community. And I'm like, I know that happened, because the problem that I have is with people using Hotep as an insult. It's the same thing with the grammarian, but it's because people utilize that space because there's people that wanted that space. Our people do want to do better. I believe that truly.
Yeah.
And people took advantage of that desire because it's a desperate desire. We can't even talk about it freely. So think about how desperate it is on the inside, and people took advantage of that. It doesn't just happen to the women; it happens to men too.
Yes.
And it's wildly unfair, because then it turns us into these beings where we get colder and harder, and we can't even trust our own people. But it happened to me too. And if it wasn't for the people that I have around me now who I can trust, and still people are coming around that I can't trust, it's gonna happen. But the people that I can trust, who are able to see me and reflect to me who I am, like that, it's helped me a lot. And I have people who can look at me and be like, bro, you're not, like I did to you, like you're not mad, like you ain't even come here to yell, like you sit here thinking, like, get out of here. Then you got Buju over here with his Rastaman chant, like both, like I'm like, these guys came here to jump me, like watch me pass the blunt, start beating the drum, and all of a sudden it's like, but that's more of what we need, and what we don't have is the willingness to engage different people. Because while we are different, you said it once on one of the posts, we probably agree more than we disagree.
Mm-hmm.
And we agree a lot more than we disagree.
Yes.
Our why is exactly the same. And so if you have a couple of different hows, I think that it's very important. I love the kids, love them. It's very important for us to discuss them, at least discuss them, because maybe your how and that person's how over there, maybe the thing that you're missing and the thing that they're missing, you both represent, and then we put them together and we have a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go into the Taoist religion, that's what the yin and the yang is all about. And so I'm just a different type of, I know that I'm a different type of person, and I don't expect people to be me or receive things the way that I do. And I think that honestly, in my growth, that's the thing that's helping people to receive me better now, is the fact that I can see almost everybody in me. Like everybody, like I can even relate to gay people.
Mm-hmm.
All they want to do is love freely without the undertones of judgment. Not even because they're getting all these laws and stuff, but they really, that's a big thing. That's not the thing that's going to make them happy. The thing that's going to make them happy is if they're holding hands and they walk into the grocery store and nobody's looking at them funny, and nobody's, you know what I mean, shielding their kids. And if their kids like, why are they holding hands? Mommy's just like, because they love each other, and then you just keep on moving. And honestly, listen, and don't get it twisted. I love women absolutely to a fault, and any man that's a black man that loves black women knows exactly what that means. But that doesn't mean that I can't understand that desire to just love freely, because that's what we all want. That's why we're fighting. We're fighting because we want to remove the thing that's been put over us that's caused us to put these barriers between us. We, in a healthy environment, the gardener respects the warrior, and the warrior respects the gardener, and then the gardener respects the farmer, even though the gardener's just putting flowers and the farmer's actually giving like the life-sustaining food. He still understands the importance of using his skill set to not just do it for purpose, and sometimes do it to add beauty to what it is that we have. Warriors are beautiful people. Go ahead, Khalil. I've been talking.
That's exactly the truth, because it's funny you was mentioning about the homosexual community, right? You go back to ancient Kemet, the Kushites, or even the Asiatic people. The Asiatic people, you had two pharaohs that was homosexual, that was together. That been going on for thousands of years. That's nothing new. However, in the behavior, it's just a sexual orientation, but it has nothing to do with the actual reality of a person. It's all about getting together and dealing with the human needs of people. That's very important. That's number one. You know, I don't care what a person's sexual orientation, preference. I don't agree with the alternative lifestyle, but if that's you, that's you. However, you keep it to yourself, whichever you're in, whatever, that's it. But outside of that, I just care about human need and people getting together and people doing what's the needs of the people. This is one when you're dealing within the situation. You know, we spend a lot of time arguing about this and saying you pro-black to what? If you pro-black, if we so pro-black, stop killing our own kind. Stop hating against each other. Stop doing certain things against each other and perpetuating and stopping the progress of the people. If we so much for our people, we should not only scream Black Lives Matter or police brutality when it's a police killing our own. What about the unjust terrorism that black on black violence does in the community? We don't want to look at the numbers of that. When you look at the numbers of more black on black crimes, brutality amongst their own than police brutality, the numbers are very low. You go in any urban community, you got to worry about your own people doing something to you before somebody else doing something to you. Nipsey Hussle tried to help this community, got his head knocked off. Fred Hampton got pushed back by, well, the authorities came in, but it was his own people that put something in his drink that caused it to happen. It always was done by your own people. Malcolm X was done by his own people. So you ask the question, you saying, okay, yeah, it's going to be the unit. It's because the Judas factor is always in the play because of jealousy.
But it's also because of poverty too, though.
Yes, poverty.
We can't say it's all jealousy because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's jealousy. There is that. But a lot of times these people are just people that can be bought because they're so poor. If that's another. We could get people killed right now today for $5,000.
Yeah.
And as sad as it is on that person, but we also have to understand the conditions that create that. Because yes, there's definitely the people that wanted the power that are looking at the organization as a means for them to get status or whatever. But a lot of times it's really just people that are brokish as hell. And they're able to be bought. These people have money. I can't be bought, but there's somebody in my same exact situation who knows that $100,000 will get him 2 trucks. And those two trucks will further his life, and he's going to take the $100,000.
That's why I said that the number one oppression of people is economic race system.
Yes.
In the capitalist society. You don't have money, of course. Poverty makes people go out there and sell drugs and commit crime. This is logical sense.
Yeah.
You think about with all these churches in America, in the Western Hemisphere, you know, throughout Haiti, Jamaica, Barbados, whatever you want to call it, poverty is around. Homelessness is around. With all these churches, these mega churches, how come the people can't go in there and sleep if they for God? Exactly. How come the 10% going to the pastors and what they getting and how they living, but it's a homeless situation? They actually help people. Like I tell people, if you want to pay tithes and charity, give it to a homeless people. Give it to another less fortunate family who ain't got it.
But we also have to remember that there are, while the system of we understand the system of churches and what they do with all this stuff, but there are, and this is something that I saw it in person. Like when I was doing massage, there was a pastor at a church, and I can't remember his name, and he passed away a couple of years ago. So we didn't actually get to do work like I wanted to together. But I went and I spoke to him, and not as a Christian, but just as a person who loved Black people. And what he was talking about, he's turned down jobs because they have cushy jobs where, you know, you just get paid a lot because of, like you said, all of the tithes. and he turned that down. And every year, the one thing that I saw that he did for sure was that he took all of the money that he made and he did put it back into the community. He had a whole entire thing for like single mothers, and nothing. You didn't pay for anything. You didn't pay for them. I was doing the massages there, but they were giving clothes. There was, you know, like legal assistance. Anybody that could help them was there, and this was something that he did. And so the thing that I don't want to act like the system doesn't do the things that it does, but I also want to point out the people who within the system still do the righteous thing, because when we start to highlight them, we can get more people to do it.
I'm not saying the majority of them. The majority does, but there's some equal through, and those that go against the system, they get rid of.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say the majority do the right thing. Like the guy that
no. What I'm saying, I ain't saying the majority. I said that the majority of them, they goes with the system. I say you have the individual ones who not vain, who actually trying to live by the doctrine that they preaching.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the people who actually trying, even though I know nobody ain't perfect.
And I'm just saying that we should look to in those spaces instead of removing everybody. Like instead of saying, you know, Christian, because we know how people feel about their Jesus. And I want to say to all the Christians that are listening that when I think about Jesus, I understand that what he is to Christians is really an embodiment of love. And if anybody has heard me for 5 seconds on this call, you know how I feel about that. So maybe the way is not to be like, let go of Jesus, but let's latch on to the preachers who are looking to work in the community. Let's go out on Wednesdays and see what preachers are out there doing community service. And then those be the people that if that's where you want to go for your camaraderie, that's where you go on Sundays. So it's just a different, you know, way of approaching the same situation to get to where it is that we need. Because it's easy to think, yeah, we need them to let go of the whole church or whatever. But what if they are doing what it is that we need them to do for the community while still worshiping whoever it is that they believe the Son of God to be? That also gets us what it is that we need. And it's, you know, it took a lady, an old lady. I'm walking down the street, about to go play to West Fourth with my boy, and this lady stops, and this is when I'm in my woke stage, you know what I mean? So I'm like, just waiting for a Christian to come talk to me so I could be like, well, how did they do this? Where's the tower at? It's mad tower. Like, that's a big tower for no remnants. And then this lady just came and she was talking to me about Jesus and how he loved me. And I'm looking at her because she's a black woman, of course. I'll say that. There was a little bit of bias. And I was seeing my mom, and I was seeing that all this lady was really doing was trying to share with me something that she loved in the hopes that I could also experience that love. And so she said, you know, remember, Jesus loves you. And so I was like, and he loves you. Thank you. And he loves you too. And I let her go. So my friends were like, yo, why? I was just waiting. Like, why you didn't go in on her? And I told them, I was like, yo, that lady right there. Like, I don't know. I know what the preachers and whatnot do, but that lady right there was just trying to spread love. That's all she was doing. And for me, for what it is that we're saying we're trying to do, for me to come at that lady in that spirit with whatever the fuck it is that I thought, I'm sorry, Josiah, with whatever it is that I thought I had, would have been hypocritical, and it wasn't what I wanted. So that was when I started becoming open to good people in the Christian sphere, the Muslim sphere, and all of these spheres.
See, the thing is this, like, I agree with a pro-atheism stand, however, because I don't believe that it was actually a creator that created this earth. I believe that evolution, the universe created itself. However, I'm going to say this. Majority of my family, my mother is a Christian. You know, I got people in my family that's a Christian, that's Muslim, that's Rasta, whatever deal with them religion. When I deal with them because they are my family. I don't care what religious persuasion that they are. Like if a person good with me, we good with each other. I treat them from a human standpoint of them being who they are. When the person come to me, you know, leave your religious belief to the side. Don't push your doctrine on me. That's what I have a problem with. Leave that. I know you do shit as a human being. We all do shit, and just admit to that. Don't try to act like God this and I do this and try to justify no behavior. If you're righteous, you good, you good. I'm not telling people not to believe what they want to believe, but just be your human self and you around me. Don't leave your beliefs to the side. You know, you can come and you can say that, but I'm gonna treat you as a righteous human being. I'm not gonna dog you or mistreat you just because whatever religion you want to believe in, but just leave that to yourself. Don't try to go around and condemn others and think you give you a yardstick to point. That's what I have a problem with. You understand?
No, I do. I have a problem with that too.
Yeah, but like I don't care what people want to.
No, go ahead.
I don't care what people want to believe in because that's their choice. Everybody don't have the strength or the thinking that I have. And everybody's not going to be to that level, so I don't expect that. However, just keep your humanity and just be yourself. Don't let no religion consume your mind.
What you're asking for from them is the same thing. It's just like, yo, you have your beliefs and I have my beliefs. Respect my beliefs as I'll respect your beliefs, and we'll just interact in this space as humans.
Yeah.
And I think that if everybody understood that, no matter what it is that's going on, like, I think that we win there with that understanding. Because no matter what it is that you believe, as long as you don't believe no crazy shit like pedophilia or anything like that.
No, I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that.
I think we can universally universally we don't even got to discuss that. But as long as it's nothing like that, then what you do is what you do, and what I do is what I do. But like when we're here to do something. So let's just do that, you know what I mean? And let's just be. And I think that's fair for everybody to ask on both sides, because right now we are in a place where we have to move forward as Black people. And so when we come together, that should be what it is that we're talking about, and not necessarily about believing my way or believing your way. Like, I'm more so trying to see, what does your way have? Like, you'll figure out my way later, because I do.
Okay. You as a trucker, you got a trucking business. If I need some cargo to be shipped somewhere on the road to go, I'm not giving a damn what you believe in. I'm gonna give a damn what service that you can do for me. If it's a doctor that can help heal my body if I'm ill, or I got a terminal illness, I don't care if they believe in Jesus, Allah, wherever it is. If they got good medical hands, they could do the job. But lawyer, whoever.
But you do realize you're smarter than most people. Like, there are people who have literally turned down help from people. Like, I've heard of Black doctors who have had racists tell them they don't want their help because, you know, they're Black. Like, not that that. And like I said before, like, that's the reason why this conversation was even able to go the way that it is, because we're not rigid. We're strong in Constitution. We're not out of control. We're uncontrollable. So the thing about uncontrollable people is that you have to inspire them, because their drive comes from the inside, not from the outside. So you can inspire. Like, you could be, and once they're inspired, you know what I mean, they're gonna run through the wall for you. So I'm very grateful for where we are and like this conversation. I probably have to go and pay attention to the kids soon.
We ready? We ready to wrap up. We almost 3 hours strong. So that's good.
Nah, but what's crazy is, though, this was a good ass 3 hours. This was like Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna have to change the title. Put the title on the video, because it's nothing like what. You know,
but that's what people are looking for, though, is what's on the title.
I might just keep the title, because they're gonna say, "Hey, they're not fighting. They're not. This is not what false advertising."
It does, but when they see what we did, though, because we fought a little bit, there was a little rah-rah, but when they see what it is that we did, at that point, it's too late, because this is what they want. I promise you, this is what people want. They can say whatever the hell they want to, but what we really want to get up in the morning and go outside and be like, "Good morning, neighbor." We want that. We just don't feel comfortable with it, because neighbor might be trying to rob you when you leave, because everybody's broke. So there's work to be done, but I do believe that the Spirit is there to get the work done. And like, if anything is proof, you know what I mean? Like, this is proof right here, as we all came here and embarrassed the hell out of each other. Like, this is dope, you know what I mean? And I'll come back even. This is, you know what I mean? I feel like this is how most conversations would end, if everybody came in understanding that their why has nothing to do with the person across from you, but the people that we're both trying to help.
Exactly. All right, so
look at you in your bow tie. You out there misrepresenting yourself. Look at this. You know, he trying to come at you. He out there in a bow tie. He out there disarming them. That's see, I see it. Yo, bro, I see your strategy. I don't knock you for the strategy. You know what I mean?
That's where I come from. You know,
I
come from the nation of Islam. I was introduced to those teachings when I was a little boy.
Got you.
And
but they're not all bad
all
though.
Things, all things, you have your bad and your good. And
exactly.
If it was not for that, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. That's just the reality of it. I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't even be interested. I probably have 3 or 4 children, be a comfortable Negro out there. You know, I got to feed my family. I don't know how we's gonna survive. I'd be one of them saying.
That was my whole point about the religions, because there is good in them, especially in the Muslim religion. Like, there's a lot of us that have absolutely no discipline, and that helps them to practice discipline so that they can gain the discipline. And some stay forever, and some leave, like you did. But you still have your sense of discipline in your life, and so they're like good things. It's just I'm not gonna throw the baby out with the bathwater, because we're not in a position. Honestly, we're not in a position to really throw any resources away. I don't have any. There's nobody out here who I can't utilize to get something done. I'm glad you just said that. See, look, I'm
gonna say this, and we're gonna split here. Give you brothers the last word or whatever. I'm glad you brought that up. That up, because see, that's my problem here, and probably Brother Khalil will agree with me on this too here. My problem is we doing this debating and arguing back and forth and then blah, blah, blah. We're wasting precious resources. We're doing too many things. Too many people doing too many things. That strategy is not going to work unless you are a frog. Because frogs lay a lot of eggs and hope for the best. You know, unless you're a frog or a rabbit, we're gonna spit out all these rabbits and hope for the best. Now, if you are a frog or a rabbit, that's nature's strategy so that they can live. But here we are in America. We cannot afford. Okay, Khalil gonna do his thing, and Snupnup gonna do his thing. We can't afford all these things. This is why the Mississippi campaign is so important, because we put all these things under one umbrella and we move as one, and all the resources go under that umbrella as one. We're going to either win big or we're going to lose big. I don't expect to lose nothing. We're gonna win big, because we're dealing with something big. We're dealing with 40+ million people in this country. You know, I cannot do it by myself. I can't. Our little thing, and plus we don't know it all. So the only thing we have to do, find your spot and do your thizzy under one umbrella. You can love Minister Farrakhan, you can love Marcus Garvey, you can love Jesus, it don't make no difference. We find our spot and go for the gusto. I don't know nothing about farming. So if that's your thing, let's put you there, put you into farming. We got to teach the people about secretarial work. Because there's plenty of stuff to do. It's never ending. It's more than about speeches. Matter of fact, the speeches is over. It's about putting everybody to work. Let's go get our homeless people and give them a home. But they got to understand, you got to go to work.
There's work. We got work to do. Like, imagine if a couple of business owners bought a building, and now they got a place to live, shower, get dressed, but now you got to work for it.
Got to work for it. But see, the Mississippi campaign is more than that. We're not going to even work you to death. We want to create a system where you can enjoy your family. You're going to be living decent and whatever, baby, take care of your family, but you're going to have that family time, a whole different lifestyle. We got to get out of this materialism stuff. I want a house and 5 swimming pools, all that crazy madness, dumb stuff or whatever. We got to get out of. We want to create a brand new living situation, a whole brand new world where life is more important than a diamond or money or gold. Life. My wife is more important than a brand new car. My children, even my dog Spot, he's alive. He's more important. See what I'm saying? A whole brand new thinking process for us. When they come to Mississippi, where we first kicked this off, when the people come, they're going to be like, these people, look how they living. But ain't nobody tired. Everybody got that family time. Our divorce rate is low. Our teenage pregnancy is low. Our marriage rate is high. Everything, our jail, we getting our brothers and sisters out of these jails and prisons. They're going to work and we're going to rehab them for real. Because I'm going to tell you, I was in jail. Brother Khalil is in jail. A lot, matter of fact, I would even say the majority of our people, I don't give a damn how heinous their crime if they committed a heinous crime. A lot of people are good people down, you know, good-hearted people when it's all said and done. They got caught up in some stuff.
Yes.
That's all I got to say. I'm going to let you brothers say what you have to say and close us out. And again, thank you, brothers, for giving us a beautiful a live stream. Brother K, give your closing, and then Brother Khalil, we're gonna call it a day.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the conversation, because like I really appreciate is passion. I really appreciate people that love the people, and I'm grateful for the friends and interactions that I've had with different people that have given me the ability to see that different people can bring beautiful things to the table, even if they're not doing the thing that I'm doing. So, and I appreciate you guys for being able to also, as much as I'm able to accept, like honestly, like what you guys talk about is stuff that I'm on. And I feel like that you feel the same way that I feel about things. Like we may just be difference of expression. So I appreciate the space, and I feel like a lot more people need to see Black men being able to sit down and have these conversations, because at the end of the day, Black men are doing what we have to do, but we care. Like we love our people. Like we're not doing this fight just because, the same way how Black women are known for loving. Like we love our people as well, and we are out here fighting because we love our people. And I think that there may be, like, even if there's 15 people that by hearing that, they're going to move differently and join one of the movements. You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to be vulnerable and share my love and let people know that, you know what I mean? Like I don't have to do none of this. I don't do it because of no obligation. I'm technically a hippie. Like I don't care. I do it because I want to do it.
Yes,
I don't have any obligations. Not even my son. He's not an obligation. He's a blessing. He's a joy in my life. I enjoy the opportunity to take care of him and raise him and see him grow into the man that he's going to grow into. So I'm just thankful for you guys having me here and everything that we talked about and all of that. And I'm glad that, you know what I mean, that our people have people still fighting and still passionate. And, you know what I mean, let's just keep that out there.
Yes, sir. And make sure that you get me your email so I can be able to send you the different links and keep you updated on the live stream.
You recorded this, right?
Huh?
You recorded this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I need that.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I won't sell it. I promise. It's just it's more so for my my group. But I enjoyed this a lot. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I definitely need that recording.
You're welcome, brother
Khalil, you got it.
I would just like we gotta continue this revolutionary talk, real revolutionary talk, and just dealing with strategies to help our people, and not only and just deal with the basics of reality. My whole thing is just getting people to take accountability, understanding where we right, wrongs, and none of us is perfect, and we can't condemn each other. We just have to grow in life and learn from our mistakes and bad dealings. A wise man will always recognize that he has wisdom and knowledge, but he will always know, long as he lives, he always will be new information for him to accept in. But you don't practice humility and humbleness, you always lose out. And this is the problem with all of us, that pride and ego of a man, of an individual period, but especially a man, can be good at some time, but also it can be a downfall for us because we won't be able to accept humility and correction, which we all need to have. You know, I just the Black Solidarity Month coming up, so all my comrades, the comrades that's in the Black nationalist community, you know, I share and Black power to them, and just peace and blessings to you and Brother Taalik both for this opportunity to be on here.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
all I have to say, family.
Yes, sir. You know, Brother Khalil, you're always welcome to come back, as well as Brother Cape and anyone else that want to come and visit us or, you know, contact me. We want to keep, this is the type of talk that I like. This is the type of talk that we need to have all the time. I don't like that beefing stuff and arguing. It doesn't bring any benefit.
You could have fooled me.
And again, we should concentrate on what we can agree upon rather than what we disagree upon. We already know what we passionate about what we disagree upon. Let's build upon what we can work with, what we can agree upon, so we can move forward. And personally, I don't care what the plan is. I don't care what the strategy is, as long as it works and we can get the job done. I don't care who get the credit. You don't have to mention my name.
That's why, like, I'm gonna give him his credit, even though, yeah, he did, but he was insubmissive to a lot of Black people, even though he is how he is. Louis Farrakhan said it best is that when dealing with people, it's always better to settle on the best part of your brother and sister than the worst part.
Mm-hmm.
When you can find the best part of the person and settle on, you can deal with each other better, because we all got right and wrong in us.
Mm-hmm.
And that I rather deal with the best part of people than worrying about faults, because if I focus on your faults, it's always four fingers pointed at me. So I rather deal with the best of anybody.
Exactly.
That's just my take on it.
And before you brothers split, I got a 2-minute video from our Deacons of Reality, the video I was getting ready to play. And we're going to call it Audi 5000. And as Don Cornelius used to always say, as important, y'all, I wish us love, peace, and soul. We are Audi 5000. Here's the latest video from our Deacons of Reality. If I can find it. There we go. I'm saying that the nation of Islam should evolve into what we call the reality's temple on earth. You don't need no Arab hand-me-down religion. You don't even need God. You don't need these things. That's good for us in our infancy, in our immaturity, when we was babies. But as we grow and mature, and even in religion itself, it says that we are the children of God. Children can't stay children forever. Children must become adults. So we are the children of God. That means we become God. Act like God, move like God. And have the responsibility of a God.